I was like, ooh, serious.
It's Game of Thrones. It's Bourbon Night
It felt
edition.
very like somebody's got to go.
Yeah, one of you will be booted off tonight.
I thought it might be me.
That's
I
all
thought
I'm
this
saying.
was a very special 5-year announcement of Chad kicking me off the show.
I've got a new co-host. Let's bring them in. It's Ryan Seacrest.
I guess we got a slew of new co-hosts tonight. I'm very excited about all of our guests.
Yes.
And we talked about this when we started asking people to be on tonight. Unfortunately, but also really, actually very fortunately, depending on how you look at it, we have more friends than time slots. It felt wrong to give anyone less than 15 minutes.
We have more friends than enemies.
Right.
Barely.
But then we were like, okay, but if everyone stayed on and we did 15 minutes with every guest, we'll be going live until 1 o'clock in the morning. That's not going to happen.
We know some channels have that stamina. We like our Betty Bye.
I have a bedtime and it is pretty strict.
How baller is that though? You know,
yeah. It's a good problem to have. So we hope to do more stuff like this in the future. But
for sure. Yeah. The people who either couldn't be on tonight or just saw that email after the time slots have filled up, we're going to do this again and we want to include everybody. So
we like guests.
If your favorite whiskey tuber is not represented here tonight, you should be looking for them in some point in the future. Yeah. So we've got Jason from the Mash and Drum coming up in 3 minutes.
Our first guest.
We want to do a little pour first, and there's something that we've been holding on for a little hot minute that we want to bring out.
Let's bring it out.
Turn the wrong way.
I heard that. It sounded painful.
Okay, so this is a 70s Jim Beam.
Ooh.
That comes to us from Tiffany and Jamie Beaver. We want to thank them very much. You can see the tax stamp here. You can see just how deliciously old looking it is.
I love this.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Woo, but you know what? Whiskey is meant to be drank.
It is.
We are going to... Oh, man.
I think you're just going to have to...
You know what?
Okay.
There we go. It's going to do this. It's a twist off, I can tell.
Well, I can see that.
Yeah, so it's not even a cork, but I want to keep that neat. You know
I appreciate everybody in the chat saying congrats. I saw a lot of that
in
the pregame and everything, so thank you all very much.
It's an untwisting.
Thanks to Tiffany and Jamie for this one. I'm very excited. That's good.
Yeah.
We got a long road ahead of us tonight. Escobar Style wants to know, hey guys, new merch yet? Yes! This this shirt and more are on the site. That's still.
Yeah.
Pins, other glasses, lots of other stuff is on the site now. We got coins coming. They're supposed to come in next week. 5-year anniversary coins, and hats are just around the corner. They're in production.
WhiskeyAmbitions.com if you're not in the know. Let's see if I can find an exact... I don't think there's an exact date on this, but I feel like it is...
I don't know. I thought we saw it. I'm not sure.
79 is on the bottom here. This does look like it is from the 70s. Oh, hey, the podcast. You know what? They're going to be on later.
They are going to be on later. I'm not going to lie, guys.
They're batting cleanup.
I'm a little scared for my liver.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited to hang out with you guys.
Oh, this is an import, because look, this is like Italian, maybe?
Oh.
I'm not even sure.
It's well-traveled, Jim Beam.
Yeah, but it is... KillCo, you're a little early.
We don't have you until 8:50.
Calling in. I mean, I guess I could join. See, I don't have a whole lot of experience bringing in guests in this software, so I think I could bring you in. You just be backstage, but why don't you just wait a little bit? Now, who's that?
I think that is our first guest.
Okay. Well, I think we can bring him in.
Sorry, KillCo.
Backstage.
Love you. See you soon.
I think. Yes. Guest is in green room. All right, we'll be with you here in a second. Jason, we just want to get a quick drink of this. This
Honestly,
is 80 proof.
But the flavor, and that's what I will never get over about these older, especially like beams and turkeys. And even like we have that older Ezra beet. It's so good. It's packed with flavor. Love it.
That's a caramel bomb at 80 proof.
It's delicious. Let's bring him in.
Let's bring him in. Please welcome to the show, Jason from the Mash and Drum.
Go ahead and warm that palate up.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, Jason, how are you, man?
It's Jason. Hi, Jason.
Jason.
Hello, Jason.
Now you can make fun of Chad.
How we doing, guys? Happy 5 years.
Thank you. Thank you. We're gonna have to scoot a little closer. You're gonna scoot in a little bit, Sarah.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be close to you.
Be shoulder to shoulder here. Man, you look good. You're set up there. and you're drinking some Old Wild Turkey.
Yeah, man. I think when I first started watching you guys back in the day, I think you're the one that kind of I knew I loved turkey, but I think you guys kind of helped me explore a little bit more of turkey. So then I became a pretty much bona fide turkey head. So I figured so I got some old Austin Nichols Wild Turkey 101 here. So
nice.
It's truly hard to beat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Even the older stuff. I mean, if you go back to even the late 80s, turkey stuff, it's still friggin' delicious.
Yeah.
So good.
And I'll say this about, you are the mash and drum, you are Jason. And
yes.
Yeah, if you didn't know,
I am.
But when you hold bottles up, there's only one face to cover, and it
always works.
And it focuses on you. That's
what a luxury.
The one disadvantage of two faces here in the thing.
All right. See, he really is just trying to get rid of me.
No. So anyway, what I'm saying is, it's the Chad Show. What's up, bro? Come on, it's just two dudes.
So what do you guys got there? What beam you're drinking there?
I don't even know. So this is thanks to Tiffany and Jamie. It's a from what we can tell, 1979 import, because this is not English up here.
Beam bottled and bond.
No, it's not bottled and bond.
Is that not what it says right there?
Oh, it is. Where did I see 80 proof?
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's 40. See? 40 right there?
I see that, but it says a bottled and bond on the back, so that tells me that it's 100 proof.
Well, that's why it doesn't taste like 80 proof then.
That's why it's like, this is the best 80 proof I've ever had. It's not 80 proof. We're still learning.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, we got a super chat here that we cannot ignore because it's bonkers. So
we did have some more before this, so to all of you.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we sure did.
For Jeff Wimbush, who says happy anniversary. Chad and Sarah, no Jaeger bombs tonight. That is correct.
Troy
Duncan, who says, happy 5 years, throwing it back to the channel origins and drinking some 1783. That is an origin story.
Yes,
congratulations. And Michelle Martin, who says, cheers to 5 years. We started our bourbon journey 3 years ago and found you on YouTube then. We've learned so much from you and are looking forward to the next 5 years. A light triangle.
No, that's beautiful.
Ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Bourbon is on.
Gosh, I'm trying to think. I think the first time we met you, Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, was that at the Bastards Ball? Because I think it was.
Mm-mm.
It was before that?
No, it was kind of awkwardly at Four Roses.
Awkwardly.
So Jason and I had a conversation, which will, I promise you, eventually get out there. I thought during COVID I would have all this extra time and I was going to do this podcast. See, I can't even say it anymore. Podcast series for our Patreon where I would, and you were my first victim. And I have it, and I've edited it and everything. I just haven't put it out there yet because I wanted to get some more done so they could come out weekly. But we had this conversation, but the internet has not heard it. So this would be a good time to kind of talk about it because we rolled up to Four Roses Distillery.
Me and you?
You and I. Aunt Perry was in the back seat.
I was there?
You were there, Sarah.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. And it was very early in the morning. The sun hadn't even come up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And we pull off. Because we didn't know where to go and there was already a line. So we pull off and not
pitch black.
A second after we pull off and roll down the window, we hear, "Hey, Chad and Sarah." And we were like, he's going to eat our face. we didn't know. Like, what?
Who is it? Who goes there?
Well, I remember Perry rolling down the window and he was just like, "Hey, Jason." And I was like, "Oh shit, Perry."
Okay.
and then Sarah was in the passenger side and you were like, "Oh, I know you." And then I
reached
like,
was I already drinking? It was very early. I don't think so.
I know it was really early in the morning. I was there all night. It was I was online with Bourbon Blind.
Yes, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember being like, he's like fourth in line. This guy must have been here for like a day.
Yeah, we were there really early. That was the first time we met. I got the chance to talk to you guys a little bit, and then the second time we met was at Bastards Ball.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was a really fun weekend. We got to hang out not only at the event, but then afterwards you guys did your meetup. Had some great drinks there. Yeah. And then recently we were kind of doing we did a Rebel and Ezra pick together. You guys did a bunch for your patrons, and we did some for ours. So
yeah,
those are coming up soon.
That's coming out soon.
It's going real soon.
You don't have to announce it, of course, but do you have a name all planned for yours? Did that come about for your pick?
The name for the picks? Yeah, we're doing so. So I hope she's not listening, but
you don't have to say.
No. It's making fun of my girlfriend basically because we were.
Good luck with
that.
That
was so sweet.
I know. Yeah, we went out to eat, and we actually were at Bardstown Bourbon Company, and she's not really a big whiskey drinker. I'm trying to get her into it here and there, and she's starting to like some things, but mostly, it's kind of like, I don't know if I could really drink that. So we roll up to Bardstown Bourbon Company. We're sitting and eating, and Danny was there, and Danny knows Scott pretty well, and we were just kind of talking. He's like, "Hey, I have something really cool for you guys to try." So he brought out how they were doing like you fill your own bottle.
Yes.
They did that. God, I think it was like a 44-month finished.
The Pfeiffer
the Pfeiffer Pav they did for like 44 months, and they finished it, and there was like a special release. Yeah, so they so he brought it over for us to taste. I brought 4 glasses over, so me, my girlfriend, Scott, and his wife were sitting there drinking it, and then she, I'm like, "Oh, how much is this bottle going for?" Like, it'd probably be like $200, and she drinks it, and she's like, "Oh, I could drink that. That's delicious." I'm like,
I could drink that.
I'm like, "What is?"
I could drink this.
I'm like, "What is with you and your bougie palate?" So we're actually. We're doing like a Boogie Nights theme, and we're calling it Bougie Nights.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
So we're gonna have two separate stickers for Bougie Nights. One for the Ezra, and one for the one will be like the dark one. One will be like when you first get to the start your Bougie Night, and one will be, I think our Ezra pick, which was like that real chocolatey one, will be like the night, like the super late night Bougie Night. So it should be funny. Yeah,
that's awesome. We were just drinking our samples the other night, and
we were talking about
we've got some front runners, but nothing locked down yet. So we're not prepared to.
We're behind on that homework
to lock it down, but yeah, that was a really fun
a good day
pick.
Yeah, that was fun. It was really cool to like hang out with you guys and like see how you break down flavors, and obviously I've watched you guys for a while, but it's different when you kind of see it in person, unedited, unfiltered.
Yeah, sure. Uncut and unfiltered.
I honestly feel like I have a harder time on barrel picks because there's so much other, like, I'm so easily distracted. So, like, yeah, there's great bourbon in front of me, but I'm like, what else? There's so much going on around me.
There's a lot of it.
I have a hard
external
time,
stimuli.
like, actually writing
and
stuff.
I mean, do you guys remember? I mean, there were so many samples from Lux Row. We had a whole line. We're like, holy crap! And we had 12 freaking barrels we tasted. It's crazy.
All the barrel proof.
It was
all the barrel proof.
We needed lots and lots of water.
Oh my gosh!
Lots of water.
I do.
So how does it feel, guys, doing this for 5 years? I mean, I remember, before I started my channel. So my channel's coming up on 3 years, but I remember even before then. Yeah, I remember even before then. When I was like getting into Whiskey Tube and watching different channels. When it came to bourbon, you guys were pretty much my go-tos, and I couldn't wait for the Friday videos to launch. And so it's just like you're going from there to now. Like, how do you guys feel about 5 years? Has it gone quickly for you, or have you felt every one of those 5 years?
It's funny because we just recorded an episode that's going to come out Friday. That's sort of like our look back at the past 5 years, and we sort of break milestones down year by year from 2016 on to now. And kind of when we were talking about it, like, years ran together, and we're like, when did this happen? And it to me, I don't know about you, Sarah, but it really seems like it kind of went from 0 to here to 2021, kind of like that.
Well, I mean, the saying goes like, time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I know that there have definitely been times when it's like we work really hard, especially with like our merch site and doing fulfillment and just like Chad crunching to get an episode out. And there are like long days and long hours sometimes, but I think it all just feels like it goes by so fast because we're always looking forward to like the next thing, right?
Yeah.
Like whatever it is, the next trip or the next big episode or whatever it may be. And so I really feel like I looked up and 5 years had passed and I'm like, really? We've been doing this for that long? And then I look back at old episodes, I'm like, oh yeah, we've been doing this for that long.
Oh yeah, things have changed.
Things have definitely changed.
You know, for us, it's also like a little bit of a timeline of our relationship because, you know, of course, when we started, we were friends, then we started dating, now we're married. So it's also
and then you can see us get progressively more irritated with each other.
Yeah, it's like friends.
It gets progressively real as it gets longer.
Friends, flirting, married.
Then the newness wears off.
Bickering.
All right. So I got to know this. You guys, my favorite episode of all time. Obviously, I think I told you this a while back. Was the Old Crow video?
Yeah.
Infamous.
When the infamous Old Crow video. What stage in the relationship were you guys at? Because I feel like were you just friends?
Just friends.
Yeah, but you know what? That's when Chad fell in love with you, right there.
Right around then, things did take a turning point around that time.
That's when I was like, I could put up with this.
Yeah.
I've seen her
I could drink with this girl the rest of my life. Yeah.
I learned a lesson that day. It was don't film that many episodes in one day. We did a flight fight before that episode, and I thought, this will be fine.
Quality
it was
over
not
quantity.
fine. It wasn't fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God. That was hysterical.
Oh.
But for you, 3 years already, and
That's amazing.
Your channel has exploded. You're over 50,000 subscribers, right? You're really that snowball, as we say, that analogy. It's really rolling down the hill, and it's gaining.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, guy, I thought I would just bore people to death with the history and everything I talk about. But I think I'm more on the whiskey geek side, which I think is still great, and I love it, and I love my my viewers, and man, God bless them every day because you know they keep tuning in, and as long as I'm enjoying it, and just churning out content, and you know, I've tried to. You know, just like Chad, I tried to up my B-roll game and everything like that. So the lighting and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So all that little stuff that you put into the channel, I think, I mean, it may not be a big deal for the viewer, but you know, at the same time, you know, it's stuff that I want to do to make it a better product for the viewer. So
I think it definitely comes across. Yeah. So what's next for you? And then tell people where they can find you if they haven't already found you.
Don't already know. Yeah.
well, real quick, I know in the email, Chad, you guys had asked like what was like your most memorable drink, like if we had a drink together, what it was. So when we did the meetup, I don't know, you guys, Chad says is awesome, so I really thank you guys for that.
Good, our plan. But I want to buy your love.
So what's coming up? I'll have a new series starting off soon about what makes this bourbon so great. So I'm just gonna like break down one singular bourbon about all its attributes and you know what makes it so great singularly over you know a lot of other things. I started up back on the What's on the Shelf Wednesdays, which is always fun to do.
Yep.
I got some you know big reviews coming up. Colonel Taylor Barrel Proof, the 2021. I'm just lucky enough to get my hands on one of those. I have a huge craft distillery. Well, I mean. I don't really like to use the word craft anymore, but, you know, just, you know, newer distilleries. I have a big kind of highlight on some distilleries that I think deserve some good spotlight. So it's kind of like my top 8 or top 9, like new distilleries to everyone to be checking out. And then I think as far as like live streams go, I'm lining up some time with one of the 2 master distillers at Jack Daniel's. I'm not sure which one I'm getting. So it'll be pretty cool. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to talk to them, and other than that, more barrel picks on the way. So that's about it. So I just want to say cheers to you guys. Thanks for inspiring so many others like me, and cheers to 5 years and many more. And you know, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you. The pleasure is all on this side of the table.
All right, and if you don't already follow Jason at the Mash and Drum, go over and do it. Go subscribe.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah. Follow me at the Mash and Drum and Instagram at the Mash and Drum, and also and as always, drink more water.
I love it.
Drink more water.
All right, thanks, Jason. We'll see you
soon.
Cheers,
guys. Take care.
All right,
bye.
Man. See ya. All right, we got Trev here.
You want to catch up on a couple super chats real quick?
Let's do
I don't want to interrupt his time, but we got to go back even further than that.
No, Joseph. This is it.
I don't think so.
It is. Look. Boop, 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 boop. Michelle.
Oh, okay. Well, so, if you say so.
I do.
I see that is true. Joseph says, happy 5th anniversary. Next year, I'll give you $6. I feel like it's my birthday.
Nice.
Next year, there will be $6 in my card.
Ian, that bourbon guy, says, cheers to 5 years and many more support of you and New Riff. I feel that.
Love that.
Going down, we got Brian.
Brian says, cheers, great show and content. All the best to you folks. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
And Jeffrey Nolner says, happy 5-year channel anniversary. Keep the content coming, Chad and Sarah. We will.
Beautiful. Woo, Drew Bolin.
And this triangle will be for everybody so far. And for Drew.
He says, happy IBN anniversary to always enjoy the great times together and also enjoy the lives. Many great times. Thanks to you and all you do. Cannot wait until next time. Cheers.
Yay.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you, Drew.
Appreciate that. Awesome super chat.
Can we get a woo for Drew? Woo.
Michelle coming back saying, by the way, my husband finally subscribed on his own to help you on your way to 80K subs.
We're very close. Thank
you. We have
Cornholio. Just $5.
He needs TP for his bunghole for $5. Sean Dobbins saying, happy 5-year channel anniversary, you two. These cut Glencairns. Bloop.
Feel like a rocks glass. It's what we're saying. It's the weight of a rocks glass, but it's the beauty of a Glencairn, and we love that.
Andrew Wonder saying, congrats to 5 years. Thanks for helping me start my bourbon journey. You are very welcome. Thank you, sir. Greer saying, congrats on 5 years. We appreciate.
Whoa, look
we got Michelle Martin's husband.
Michelle Martin's husband. I love that.
Happy anniversary, Chad and Sarah. Thanks to all the great content and entertainment. You guys are great. Thank you. John Wadsworth, we just saw last night. Congrats and thank you for 5 awesome years. Melissa and I wish you many more.
Thank you. Hope you guys made it home safe. I guess you did.
Lisa.
Thank you for the super chat.
Lisa. Thank you.
Joseph again.
Brazo back.
He said, I remember how hated 2016 was at the time. You're the best thing to come out of that year.
Wow.
Thanks, Joseph.
And Rye Guy saying cheers to 5 years. We got Doug with I got nothing, but thanks. Thank you.
And Glenn and Kathy from Golf Whiskey saying congrats on 5 years and all the good times you brought. Thank you. Speaking of good times, let's bring one in right now. Mr. Trev Willson.
Trev Willson.
Surprise, you're here.
Of the Bourbon Wrench.
Oh, no, we can't hear you.
What the heck is up?
You are on a super delay, sir.
Hello?
Yes, you.
Me?
Wow, I would say that's about a 3-second delay.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay. I mean, you're still coming in.
But we can see his face, and that's all that matters, right?
Wow.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it's getting a little better.
Could be.
I don't know. I'm seeing me on the screen, and it's bad.
Oh no, you are catching up.
It's caught up now.
You are catching up. Yeah. It's probably just where you were in the
waiting room
for a second. I don't know, but we're gonna get something else to drink. What do you?
I don't know.
Never put Trev in the corner.
No. What do you want us to drink, Trev?
Whatever you want. It's your party.
Okay then.
What were you? I'm drinking one of the bottles that got me into this.
Ooh, we want to hear
Evan
about
Williams, 1783. Thank you, Sarah. No, I only bought this because you said to. So,
well, thanks.
That's what we're doing.
Have you had the new version of it yet?
Yes, much better.
Much better.
And I already love this one, so
it was right for the right time in my life. Right? It got me through the time in my bourbon journey that I needed it to get me through.
Woo. I mean, it started the snowballing effect of bourbon for me. That kind of said, okay, this isn't the best thing ever, but it's good enough that what I now want to go buy, better things on the shelf. I want to explore this more. So
sure,
it's kind of a gateway.
I still think it's like a great one to pick up. It's under $20 in most places. If you're going to like a party or whatever kind of get together or tailgate or something, it's like you can bring it. If everybody drinks it, that's fine. If it gets lost or broken, like, okay, like no one's going to cry about it, right? But it's still good, solid stuff that get you through the evening.
Absolutely.
So I think the new version's even better than that. So
totally agree.
No, it is. It feels like a completely new whiskey.
I'm very happy about it.
You were one of our first mods here in the live, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that was your first wrenching?
I believe so. That was kind of what also started all of that too.
Wow.
I think you held enough, I don't know, power. You had influence to everyone else, and they said, I mean, if he could be a mod for them, then maybe he'll be good for us too.
So let's wrench.
And then just kind of, I got promoted everywhere.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can mod a YouTube live. So that's kind of where you got the nickname of, like, it was sort of like the blue wrench first, because that's just the icon of people who are mods. You can see here in the chat, right? It was
yeah. Only we can see that. I don't know if they can see that.
No, people can see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the little blue wrench, but I think it was Jason who started calling me that. He was like, "Oh, it's the wrench, and then it just kind of just stuck. Something you don't ask for, and then now everyone calls it, and then I just embraced it. So
you could be called worse stuff.
You gotta embrace it. I mean, Captain Trev Willson could have caught on.
I do love that. I do love
that. That's what I was calling you forever. It could have been your channel could have been, Bourbon with the captain. So and really, every time you have to wear the captain's hat. So
really, Chad's salty that his thing didn't stick.
Yeah, a little bit. Jason, again, you suck.
We love it.
That's the thing, though. The captain's hat only comes out when I'm T-Rev. There's
T-Rev.
Chaz, Sarah with an H, Captain T-Rev.
I love
it's the only time it comes out.
Captain T-Rev.
To you.
When you become T-Rev, do your hands also get shorter, like a T-Rex?
Yes.
Also like,
yes.
Bourbon. Okay. I was kind of thinking so. Yeah.
How did you know?
Wow.
Well,
crazy. So silly.
So, kind of tell us about your bourbon journey, to borrow Scott's term from his channel, but your bourbon journey, like when you were getting started, like I know you're a little bit younger.
Chad doesn't want to admit it.
So when did that start happening? And I mean, you already told us about the 1783 connection, but kind of just talk about your early
early days, early wrench days.
Mm-hmm.
Little baby wrench.
Little baby wrench.
Well, a little bit. Let's just go a little bit before the Evan Williams. I didn't really like bourbon. I didn't know really what that was. To me, it was Jack and Coke. Jack Daniels, that's bourbon. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really keep any at my house. And then I see you nodding at the Jack.
What? Who? What?
I accept.
Come again?
I feel like a lot
you know what I mean,
started
though.
With bourbon and Coke. Yes.
Right.
But I went and bought a bottle just to make a Jack and Coke at my house. And I was like, I need something cheaper. Bought I forgot what it was. It was like Zachariah Harris, the worst thing ever. It was
swinging a mess there, Trev.
And then that's when I kind of stumbled across. I was like, well, maybe I need to get a little bit better quality. People drink. I found your video when you're drinking it neat. I was like, this is insane. How do people do this? But I'm going to try it. And then it kind of stuck. And then from there, I just kind of bought basically everything that you guys would recommend. If you talked good about it, I'll just go and buy it.
So what you're saying is the distilleries need to send us a check.
No, okay, I don't want that. Honestly,
let's get that trending. Send Chad and Sarah a check.
Disagree, Chad. I think that's one of the things I've liked the most about our channel from the past 5 years is that we don't take money. We do get PR samples occasionally, but we don't.
We'll retroactively take a check.
We get accused of taking. We will not. We get accused of taking money.
We will not take a check to do a video that's good, but if we already did it,
No, incorrect. Yeah. We will not.
All right,
don't start those rumors. We already get accused.
And I'm sure you do too. I'm sure everyone on WhiskeyTube does. Like, oh well.
I can see Buffalo Trace paid you off for this video. I'm like, Buffalo Trace doesn't have to pay anyone off for any video. All their products are already sold out.
They need zero press.
Hey, I'll send you some money if you just say this is the best bourbon ever.
You can say
it doesn't matter.
Good. Or Pappy is good. We could really use that.
Yeah, they don't need that.
Oh my God.
The thing is Buffalo Trace is at the point we could make videos saying this is the worst thing ever, and it's still going to instantly sell out. So
yes,
it doesn't matter. They don't need it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think of the first time we met. Was it at the New Orleans Bourbon Festival?
Yep. We had the little meet up there. Yep.
Yeah.
And I remember I was the first guy in the bar. No one else was there. Not a soul. And I'm just sitting there. And I'm like,
I think you were wearing your shirt that you have on right now.
What was that?
I think we have a picture together and you're wearing that shirt or something.
What,
yeah.
a black shirt? That's
it's
all I can see.
It's a Bourbon shirt, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pay attention.
Yeah, I was That's where we met. And I remember the first pour that we had together was William LaRue Weller. And they had it $20 a pour there.
Yes, I remember that. I remember being like,
we were like, just leave the bottle out.
Yeah. Everybody wants one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you don't remember because it was fun. It's New Orleans.
No, I do. Yeah, I do remember there being like awesome prices on BTAC. They didn't have all of BTAC, but the ones they had, it was like a no-brainer. And I remember some people having their first BTAC there at that bar at that meetup.
I think that was one of our first meetups that we'd done, like 1 or 2. I don't even remember.
It
was like
the first one was Nickel City.
I think so, but that was early.
This is like our second ever meetup,
and we're gonna be there again this year, and we plan to do one of those again as well.
Mm-hmm.
I love.
No, it was tons of fun, and I mean, shoot. After that, though, we've hung out together more times than pretty much I've hung out with anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it. You were in Lexington.
You've been here in Lexington, and
we went somewhere. I think we were at Bluegrass Tavern.
We were at BGT.
I love that night. That was fun.
Is that the place we had? We had a dusty old Fitz there.
We did.
It was either there or Bourbon on Rye.
Man,
I think
one of those places we had a dusty old Fitz.
It's fuzzy.
The guy cracked the bottle and was like, he was like, little bit for you, a little bit for you, and a little bit for me.
Yeah, I remember that.
A lot of bit.
Because
he's like,
right?
He's like, if I'm gonna crack this, I'm gonna drink it too.
I gotta know Hey, he can't sell it if he doesn't know what it tastes like.
I wish all bartenders were like that.
I truly do feel that way.
Like, hey, if you crack that, you're gonna have some, right? So just crack it.
Right?
Knock off a few bucks. Come on.
No. But I do like that though when bars encourage their employees to like take a little sip because
for sure.
How can you? If I'm deciding between a couple of expensive things, like how can you help guide me if you don't know what it tastes like?
Yeah. Now, Trev, since you've drank, around this great country of ours, here in Lexington and where you are in Arkansas, is I think how you like it to be pronounced.
Yeah, that's the correct way.
Yeah, that's right. Do you find those crazy prices, like in New Orleans where it was $20 for a BTAC? Do you find that?
I don't think that's crazy.
Around your area and other places? Because it doesn't happen in Kentucky. You're getting charged $80, $100.
Oh, I see. You're saying crazy cheap, not crazy expensive.
Crazy cheap.
It makes me not even want to go to bars around me because for $20 there, I was getting William LaRue Weller, and $20 here, we're getting like, I can't even, like a Knob Creek or something, just something stupid. And it's like, why? How are the prices that different?
Chad's most favorite activity is to go to a bar, open up their menu, and then start pointing out all the things that don't make sense. Like, okay, how come an Eagle Rare is $12, but a Stag Junior is $15? That doesn't make any sense.
Or even like $13. It's like $1
It'll be like
more.
$1 more, or like Blanton's will be $15 and Stag Junior will be $13. He's like, this doesn't make any sense. Why is it this way? That's just
I don't know.
We
need to see. I wish I could be in on that little meeting they were having where they were deciding the prices.
Don't do that. I want to be like, no, don't do that.
I think it all goes to like what they think they can get for things, and some things in their area are more popular. No bar menu has ever made sense to me price wise. None ever. Like this should be this, and this should be like no. There's always one that's like what?
Well, my favorite thing too is like again, an Eagle Rare will be $13 and a Weller Special Reserve will be $20. I'm like, but they're the same brew from the same distillery. Like I understand that one's more limited.
Eagle Rare than a Special Reserve.
That's what a bottle should cost. I mean, I guess somebody's gonna pay it because they sell it.
Oh, for sure. Like I've never seen one of these before.
That's what I'm saying. They probably hook people who come in that are looking for. Well, I've never seen a Weller before. $20. This is crazy.
Yeah,
for sure.
The price of the bottle.
Price of the bottle, for sure, man.
Well, Trev, tell people where they can find you.
Yes.
Instagram, The Bourbon Rich.
The Bourbon
YouTube. Do some videos and live streams. We just have fun, and it's all because of you guys.
You'll be T-Rev?
I'm T-Rev. Every Friday, T-Rev
turns into T-Rev.
Once the clock strikes 9.
How long's your channel been going on?
Let's see. Little under a year. We're coming up on a year.
You got to be coming up on a year now.
That's exciting.
That's great.
But I just started doing it as like I would just go live before random channels, just kind of like the pregame chat, never expecting to do any more with it. And then several months in, I was like, oh, I'll just do a video. And then now that's just fun to me. It's like a creative outlet. I do it for fun, and live streaming, hanging out with people, that's fun too. So
the people are so great.
Yeah. And you're doing a great job. Your quality's great. Video quality, audio quality, everything that you're doing is thumbs up, man. Real happy for you.
Yeah.
I take inspiration from you guys. I mean, honestly, I would not be even into this community if it wasn't for you guys. But then again, I've watched your stuff for years. So, I kind of try and not mimic, but, I take inspiration from it. I want that level of quality, or try to, and teach myself that. So
well, that's good, because we have our lawyers watch your channel.
Stop. We don't have a lawyer.
Is on infringement. We're like, let's send Trev a cease and desist.
No. Stop.
But before I go,
I have to afford a lawyer.
Before I go, I have to give one little update.
Okay.
For the people from the past. Some people might not know what this even is, but to some of you, you will.
Okay.
And I just wanted to let everyone know.
The balloon!
The balloon is still alive and well. It's just...
It's framed! I love it! Oh my gosh.
It's protected.
So
it's
little,
been in the...
That's awesome. Quick little backstory. That was a balloon from our engagement party.
Which would have been February of 2019.
And there was balloons that had its bourbon night.
Somebody made them for us,
And I took one home, and we tied it to our bar cart back when we had lives up at the kitchen table.
And we thought maybe like a week or two. Like this balloon, balloons don't last.
A couple months. And it finally went down, and I think
bet was
you would comment on it and be like, the balloon's hanging in there, and so we're like, so we're gonna mail this to Trev when it's done, right? And we did, and lo and behold,
keeper of the balloon.
It's still here. I'm guarding it.
I love that.
Awesome.
The balloon lives, says Todd.
Thank you for being a steward to the balloon.
A steward, yes, the balloon steward.
Yes, the curator of the balloon history. That's awesome.
That's amazing. I love that.
Oh man,
what a little gem.
Thanks so much, Trev. Guys out there, if you're not subscribed to Trev, the Bourbon Wrench,
go do it.
Go give him a sub. You won't be sorry.
And then come back.
Yeah. Maybe wait till after the live, then go give him a sub.
Thank you guys so much. I freaking love you. Thank you for 5 years of good content, but more importantly, 5 years of good friendship. Love you guys.
Stop. Thank you, Trev. We love you.
This guy.
All right. We'll see you.
All right. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, that was really good.
They're all good.
We're gonna get caught up again on some super chats, starting with Ty Koopa and the Koopa Troopers. Saying, he said 5 years? Go ahead, sir.
Where's the time gone? Cheers to the content, friendship, and being a part of the best bourbon night I've ever had. Tony and Drew can attest to that. Oh, jeez. That one. Lord. Yes. We don't talk about that one.
Brian saying, congrats. What's your favorite beam? I would say
maybe the one we just had. Oh.
Bookers.
If
you're saying Jim Beam on the label, yeah, vintage stuff. Jim Beam line, Bookers.
Probably Bookers.
Generally.
And I like the older ones. They're good.
Absolutely.
It's good stuff. Patricia says, happy 5th. My husband Leon and I have learned a ton about bourbon from you both. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. Mark saying, congrats on 5 years. The Nulu picks are awesome. Big sip was my favorite blinds, but having Noir now and Yum. Boom. Thank you much.
We do like a dame to drink for. BLW Bill R, who I'm familiar with your handle there from Instagram. He says, longtime lurker and frequent live attendee. Congrats on 5 years and being my first whiskey-related follow on YouTube. Thank you.
Thank you much.
I know you from the Instagrams.
Got Brian saying, love the channel. Congrats on 5 years. Thank you much.
Nino says, love the channel. Congrats on 5 years.
Thank you. We got
Patrick Fulmer.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you for never steering me wrong like some have. Ooh, spicy. No, I'm just kidding. My taste is very similar to Sarah. Thank you. Rock on, kids. Well, I'm very happy to have steered you right.
Yes. Jason Newman from Nickel City to Peerless Pick, which was just the other day. Me and Natalie have enjoyed watching you grow while staying true to yourselves. We're proud to call you our friends. And likewise, Jason and Natalie, thank you much. Don Nishida.
Don says, thanks for 5 years of great content, but even more through your community. I've made some great friends for life. Cheers. And that is, thank you, Don. That's what I love the most, honestly.
Keep eating those ham and pineapple pizzas.
Stop. I thought you were about to ask him for more cookies. I was like, don't you dare.
More cookies.
We do not. I mean, we like the cookies, but we don't need any more cookies. Andy says, long-time watcher, first-time super chatter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Love your recommendations, tasting notes, and your general positivity. Cheers. We try to stay positive.
Thank you.
It makes life better.
Eric saying, IBN is where I cut my bourbon teeth on YouTube. I will always hold a warm place in my heart for Sarah and Chad.
That's just the bourbon warming your heart. No, I'm just kidding.
Joey Tony back of bonuts. Bonuts.
That's not what's in the bag. No. It's this hilarious chat about Buffalo Trace. Ironically, I made an entire Buffalo Trace lineup to celebrate tonight. So cheers, it's Bourbon Night. And to the mods and all watching 5 more years.
Agreed.
We can't wait.
Thank you.
Wow, look at all these super chats.
Yes. Happy anniversary. I got into bourbon shortly before your channel started. Got on boat soon after. It's been an amazing journey since. Cheers. Thank you. James Wolverton.
Oh, sorry. I spaced out for a second.
Miles away.
Dissociating. So 5 years ago, we met in Midway, and so proud of how you guys have grown over the past 5 years, and I know the future is awesome for you guys.
I didn't remember that it was Midway, but I remember that time.
Matt Preston from the LBS introduced us for the first time.
That was correct.
I can't believe that's been so long.
Yeah. Eric C. saying, it's Bourbon Night, a true diamond in the rough for all bourbon and whiskey enthusiasts. Chad and Sarah, continuous success. Charles. Thank you. Tammy Branicky.
For bourbon reviews, the laughter and fun, but most of all for the friendship. Congrats on 5 years and counting. You are a match made in heaven. And she is the one who coined that term.
Yes, she did.
Well, I know we still have a couple more to get to. You want to keep going?
Let's finish them out here. Tara saying, congrats on 5 years. Our new IBN Glencairns came in today, and we love them. Keep the amazing content coming.
We will.
Thanks,
you. Tara.
Oh, we got Eric.
Ethan.
Sorry, I just saw the knee.
It says, cheers to y'all on 5 years. Congrats on being a pillar of the community and changing the game. Well, thanks. This is so many nice things that people are saying.
Cletus, happy 5 years. You've aged to the point to provide great flavor notes. Thanks to all you do for the community and all those you have inspired. Thank you, Cletus.
Justin says, congrats on 5 years. Looking forward to the Crystal Glencairn and Knob Creek Rye pick. Really like the new logos too. Thank you. It was we were due for a refresh.
JG Wentworth 877 Mash Now says, whiskey cheers to the channel that bequeathed me the JG 877 Mash Now. Congratulations. I've seen that in other chats.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Maybe we should, because I feel like they're just coming in. They
are.
We'll save our place right there.
Okay, we'll come back.
We will do every super chat tonight because we greatly appreciate them.
We do.
And it really, it's part of that teamwork that helps that dream work.
It does.
Yeah, so next up is Fred Minnick, and he
couldn't be here because he had a very special interview.
Yeah,
sometimes you gotta.
It's that old chestnut of I can't be on the live because I'm hanging out with ZZ Top. It happens.
I mean, I've heard that excuse before, but
countless times.
Ugh, what are you gonna do?
It's like the dog ate my homework.
Right? Exactly. But I can't make it. I gotta hang out with ZZ Top.
He was nice enough to submit a short 5-minute video here that's. Spoilers, we've already watched it, and
it warmed our little hearts.
We may come back bawling after this. So here we go. Here's a quick video from the one and only Fred Minnick. Enjoy.
Hey, Chad and Sarah. I just want to wish you all a very happy anniversary on YouTube. 5 years. That's amazing. I've only been doing this for 1, and I can tell you right now that YouTube is one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I have absolute admiration for what you all have accomplished on YouTube. Not only that, I've really enjoyed getting to know you and becoming friends, and drinking a little bit of bourbon with you. It's been a really good time. But I just want to say, as a bourbon historian, I remember covering, researching for my book, Bourbon: The Rise, Fall, and Rebirth of American Whiskey. I was researching media trends in bourbon. And that was right around the time you all were getting started. And I remember looking at YouTube as kind of like this big question mark as to what it would do to the whiskey community, how it would work, and whether or not it would be successful. At the time, magazines were it for whiskey. And there was an app here, an app there, and a lot of blogs, and everybody seemed to be, from a media perspective, everybody was like all in on the print and any kind of writing. And of course, that's my life. Like I'm a writer. But I remember looking at YouTube and being incredibly intrigued. And it's like I thought to myself, this is the future. This is possibly the future of whiskey media. And it wasn't necessarily YouTube, the platform. It was video. And it was when I watched YouTube kind of hustling at a show that I was like, this is just like me, but instead of a pen and paper and a camera, they're doing it all through video. And I remember thinking to myself very specifically, I might have been the New Orleans Bourbon Festival. It was some type of bourbon festival. I saw you all hustling and talking to people and getting videos and everything. And that's when I realized how much effort and work that you all put into it. And it was, I think for a lot of people who watch YouTube or watch anything, there tends to not be the appreciation for the amount of work that goes into it. And having done YouTube for a year, obviously I've had a channel longer, but I've really only done YouTube for a year, a little year and a half, something like that. But I can tell you that it requires a ton of work. For me, it's easier to write a book than to, maintain a YouTube channel. So to see what you all have accomplished is absolutely phenomenal. And the thing about success is not necessarily the who or anything like that. It's waking up and doing it every day, and doing something that you love makes it even easier. And you two all are the perfect pairing for anything. Like, honestly, I enjoy watching your videos. I like the live streams. I like the back and forth. I love it when Sarah gives Chad the business, and the way, how Chad ducks and gets out of it here and there. But it's just a beautiful channel. You all are two beautiful people, and I think nothing but future success is in store for you. I really do. I think that you all are the future of whiskey media, and I think that what you all have accomplished is just beginning. I know right around the corner is 100,000 subscribers. 100,000 subscribers. I hope we have another celebration video. So cheers to both of you. I've more than anything, I'm so excited about, our friendship and where that's going to go, because I do know at some point we're probably going to do something crazy like pick a barrel together, or go out on a boat and drink a barrel on the boat. That'd be a hell of a time. What do you think? You up for it? Let's have a boat and barrel time. Woo! Hey guys, be safe out there. I'm so proud of you, and I'm so proud to be your friend. Cheers.
I mean, all of that, first of all, my little heart is so warm. But
it grew 3 seconds.
You heard it here first. We're doing a barrel pick on a boat, apparently.
I'm on a boat.
I mean, that, I can't tell you the weight that carries, because, to Fred, we met him in, I guess it was 2019 officially for the first time, 2019 at Bourbon and Beyond, and truly the way that our friendship and just cultivating a relationship as far as giving advice about YouTube and just being there for each other as far as that stuff goes has really grown in the past 2 years. And he had us on the Repeal Day Expo with the Deggy World stuff. Yep. And it just means a lot. I think it carries a lot of weight to hear such kind words from someone who has experienced so much success.
Absolutely.
I feel like it's little old me, but when somebody like Fred says those nice things about you, it kind of makes you feel like, wow, that's real.
Yeah, I mean, we may have been doing YouTube longer than he has, but he's been in the business for so long, and he's kind of like the example I think a lot of people look towards. He's the authority in a lot of the world's eyes.
Yeah, I mean, such an established writer in his books. And...
Yeah, and his YouTube channel is killing it now.
Yes. So go follow him if you haven't already subscribed on YouTube. He does have a channel now, and we highly recommend pick up one of his books.
Yeah, there's lots to choose from.
They're
all
Bourbon
wonderful.
Curious was, I think, the first one that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So we're going to do a few more Super Chats, and we're going to bring in Brian from KillCo Whiskey Musings. So we're going to go back here to Dan saying congrats and thank you for educating me about bourbon. Love you guys. We love you, Dan. We got
Greg who says cheers. Happy fifth channelversary. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. Got Jason saying congrats on 5 years. Looking forward to meeting you at Whiskey Weekend Batch 4.
We'll be there.
Your Nulu picks are phenomenal.
Thank you.
We're doing a Dame to Drink For right now, and it's rather good.
It is tasty. Brian says it's Bourbon Night is where I announced I'm officially Team Bourbon. Yes, nice. We love it.
Like to hear that. We got Jason saying we love your channel. I love the enthusiasm. Have learned so much. I can't wait to redo the Bourbon Trail this fall and sip some of your favorites.
Oh, it's going to be a good trip for you.
Hey, it's Lil.
Lil says, happy 5 years. Been here since the beginning. I can attest. She sure has. Her and Chris. Can't wait to get back over and see you all. We truly cannot wait to see you again.
Hey, there's Preston. He's saying, congrats on 5 years. I love the growth I have seen in the channel over the years. Keep it up, folks.
Wow, I'm surprised he's still here after the way you treated him.
Well, I bought his love.
That's forever going to be the joke, Preston.
I bought his love.
Oh, goodness. Thrasher, I think, says, congrats to one of the first bourbon channels that started my obsession 3 years ago. Oops, sorry. Thanks for everything and hope to see you in New Orleans if you go.
We will
be there. We have a session. You should sign up when that becomes available. Don't ask me when.
Hey, there's Amy. She's saying, here's a 5 years of fabulous. Looking forward to many more years of laughs, great pours, and awesome content. Love y'all, Amy and Dave.
All right.
Love you guys.
Let's do Cameron and then we'll hit pause. All right. Cameron says, what can be said that hasn't already to the first couple of Whiskey Tube? I guess Whiskey Tuber. Oh, to the first couple. Oh, how fancy. Cheers, and to so many more.
We're like the Chip and Joanne.
No, don't. I mean, I guess.
The Chip and Joanne of Whiskey
I wish there was another comparison, but I don't know that I want to do it. All right, let's bring in KillCo.
Okay, please welcome Brian from KillCo Whiskey Musings. KillCo! Love that shirt. Live long and prosper yourself, good sir. How are you?
I am functioning adequately at the moment.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good. Operating at 75%.
75%.
Exactly. I think that's what Data says on Star Trek. I don't want to start going down the nerd path. Hi.
Nice to be here. We can go down the nerd path.
We're
Hello.
Always going down. We're never not going down the nerd path, actually. Whether it be whiskey related, or pop culture related, or whatever. We're always on that path.
We are always on that path.
We're glad to have a fellow nerd here.
I have to say, we really enjoyed being on your channel a few weeks ago. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, if you guys didn't check that out, go over to KillCo's channel and watch that live. And then while you're over there, give them a sub.
Do it.
Yeah, it's there engraved in digital forever now.
Forever.
Oh, wait. Here, I need to take this off the
screen.
Yes, you
should.
Where'd my mouse go? There we are.
Yeah, cool. So actually, I have this in front of me right now.
Yeah.
Just noticed you guys have that in here.
Same.
I'm like, who is she? That's not me. That must be like an alternate. I must have been wearing an alternate personality that day.
That's Eva Green.
It took a lot of coaching from Chad to get that picture out of me.
Come on.
It was a lot of trial and error.
So, KillCo, and I think tonight may have been the first time I ever called you Brian. You've been around with us in the Whiskey Tube world and Patreon and the lives and the comments and everything for quite a while. Do you know about when you stumbled upon us and were like, these two?
I guess I'll give subscribe.
I wrote a whole story about it. No, I didn't. But I did find it was funny that Fred Minnick was on before me in video form, which actually felt a little better because him being here would kind of freak me out. But my father and I actually worked on his book, the Whiskey Woman book. Mm-hmm. We did the audiobook version of it. Oh, and that was kind of how we started down the road into whiskey. We did the audiobook. We heard the whole story. We're like, oh, this is really interesting. And then my father got interested in a favorite of yours, something called the Freud. So he got interested in finding that and trying that. And I was like, okay, my experience as alcohol is not down this kind of road, but we'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. And of course, going down that path, I came into Rex and Daniel and their channel. Oh, and I was fairly certain
tribe member, yes.
that they did mostly scotches at the time. Mm-hmm. And then eventually they were like, oh yeah, there's this other channel. They do a lot of bourbons. I'm pretty sure they recommended you guys in one of their videos. I was like, oh, all right, I'll go check that out, see what that's about.
I remember when they did that, we were like,
show you the subscriber spike when that happened.
I know, like the bourbon gods shone their light upon us.
Like, we will grant you a recommend.
No, it was amazing. Boop. That's when we were like, whoa, this is real.
Yeah, there was that one day where it was like, what the hell happened? And then we were like, oh yeah, someone let us know. Oh, you got shouted out on Whiskey Vault.
They're like, very cool dudes.
Yeah. I was doing the advent calendar stuff with them. Like I kind of found them by that, and I'd actually bought it. Just I had no idea if I wanted to do whiskey. I was like, I'll just do this advent thing. How am I going to remember if I ever like any of this? YouTube is a thing. I'll just record myself and do that, and then I can look back at it. In my later years, I can come back and look at when I was a young man. Sorry.
Before my mustache was gray and long.
There was no mustache. It was a little scary.
Time before the facial hair.
Yeah. The funny part is you can actually go back to my high school yearbook, and I had this like fuzz on here, and that's it. And I had no plans.
Same.
The whole I hope not. I mean, more power to you if you did. So, yeah, that was a little joke. That was my joke to the high school. I never had that on there at all.
30 Rock, when Liz doesn't take care of it, Tom shows up. Tom Selleck.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You guys watch 30 Rock?
Oh,
it's favorite.
I do know, as far as things started to progress, I started to engage with the content. I was like, oh, I like these videos. Oh, they do live streams. Oh, that's neat. And me being the recluse that I am, I'm like, oh, social contact. This is nice.
And, behind us, green social contact.
Yeah, I don't have to actually be there. This is cool.
Turn up.
But also, you guys got me into
5%.
Yeah, you guys got me into wild turkey specifically. I remember like slipping into that and being like, "Oh man, this is good. Oh, rare breed is really good too. Oh no.
We've heard that a little bit now.
Yeah, there's a number of
into the
bottles
WT. Yeah.
Oh, I had that. Where is it? I had this plan. Everything was planned. Where is it? I do have the there it is. The rare breed. I was going to pour a little of this.
There it is.
In commemoration of that thought, which hopefully is staying in my brain for a little more. Time.
People were mad at me for what I said about rare breed the other day. I think it was last live.
Oh, because you're talking about how great it is.
I'm not saying I want the things that
we could grab it.
I was making a prediction. I'm not saying I want those things to happen. I'm just making a prediction based on the trends that I see.
Well, what's funny is...
Don't shoot the messenger.
I think we brought this up maybe in the live before that, or might not even been that live, like how little influence like channels like ours and yours, KillCo, and others, how much that really moves the needle, because we're like a little drop in the bucket of the whole consumer, whiskey consumer.
I mean, think about the marketing budget that Wild Turkey has, and compared to our $0 marketing budget. I mean, our marketing budget is all towards just making weekly episodes.
Like anytime we talk about like how great, Evan Williams' Bald and Bond is, people are like, oh, shut up. It's gonna fly off the shelves. It's like,
don't tell them, man. It's a secret.
Overestimating
our power.
The power of the YouTube. But
well, in the end, it's more people involved means more success for everyone else and more whiskey stuff in general. Like bars are going to start having whiskey and tasting events and that kind of thing. Restaurants even might start doing it's that kind of little. Believe me, it's better for them. I promise.
Right.
yeah, for sure. So that's kind of your origin story, right? You were you said working on that audio tape of Fred's, and that kind of got you.
Yeah, I just had to listen to it. My dad actually recorded it, but I did the audio stuff, like just like if I was just sitting here listening. It's like, when did he fuck up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there it is. Sorry, I don't remember the swearing thing, but when did he screw up? Suddenly, you're all demonetized. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
No. We're good.
I don't think so, but as soon as I say it, it's like, oh crap, you're not on your channel.
No worries.
I've definfinely done it before.
Yeah, no.
We'll be all right.
What was like your...
Listen, Greeze is about to come on. We're gonna be fine.
Oh, okay. a lot of dadgums.
That's true. That's true.
I love him. I'm just giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
I gotta give somebody a hard time. Chad's tired of it.
I'm tired of it. What was your gateway bottle? Like, what bottle? I mean, was it the rare breed? You kind of talked like...
Kind of. I mean, that was where, like, at least bourbon-wise, that was where I was like, oh, man, this is really good. Wait a minute. My initial experience was with alcohol and bourbons in particular, and I have a gag, which I've set up. Don't worry. It's fine. So this was my experience with alcohol in my youth. We had one of these.
Oh, yes.
And then we had one of these. And then we have one of these.
Okay.
Then
Okay. They just keep getting taller.
We have one of these, and well.
And then you got the yard, right?
Yes. No, I don't. Thankfully, that's where I stopped. I said no
like
more.
A beer bong in there.
Cutting it off. Well, I mean, anyway.
That one's
I found those, and I was like, well, these will be interesting to show because it was just that was my initial experience with alcohol in general, and Southern Comfort was one of them, and never again.
I'm with you there, KillCo. SoCo, but back before I really went all in on bourbon, I was like, the SoCo stuff's pretty tasty.
It was easy to drink.
It was a different chat.
100 proof SoCo. 100 proof SoCo, not just regular SoCo. 100 proof
It's funny though, because I remember whenever I moved in, we cleaned out the bar that Chad had to accommodate my whiskeys, and I was like, what are all these mixers? Like, why do you have like coconut flavored syrup? And he's like, well, I used to make painkillers for girls. He'd be like, why do you have green apple, like, I don't know, or like razzmatazz? I'm like, what are all these green and purple
sex
juices?
On the beach, panty dropper,
anything sexual,
a slow, comfortable screw up against the wall. That was like a really long one.
Wow, how far did those get you?
Nowhere.
No.
I can make drinks, and I hope you had fun. Bye.
Oh, at that point, you get into bourbon, you grow a beard. That's just a thing. And at that point, I wasn't making those drinks anymore, so I never got to test them on you.
No, we poured a lot of things down the drain that year.
We did.
Super Saiyan evolution. You just suddenly grow a beard, and just suddenly you're drinking more whiskey.
And you mature into bourbon. That's the beard and the bourbon go hand in hand.
I honestly took pictures and was texting it to friends that I knew would still drink that stuff, and I'm like, who wants this? And
nobody.
Got a few.
Take it, please.
Takers.
Nobody wanted it. But we poured it out.
Mostly it was, nah.
I said, why? No. Are you all right? What's happening?
I literally was going through. I'm like, did a 21-year-old blonde girl used to live here? Because I'm pretty sure
at one point.
At one point, yes.
At one point, yes.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm a blonde.
We've come,
or I was as a young man.
You're not blonde.
No,
I used to have a little red in the beard. It's kind of gone now. It's all turned white.
Red beard.
If by blonde you mean a touch of gray, then maybe.
I want to try to finish the last of this before I forget because I have it written down because I will forget. But the kind of turning point for me anyway was like everyone was so encouraging. Everyone was so interested. The whole like YouTube whiskey thing started growing. And a little kind of thing was when I actually got to meet Rex and Daniel. They ended up landing in Rhode Island and going to Connecticut. It's like, huh? The odds. What are the odds? So I got to go to this amazing event, have a bunch of whiskey, meet them, meet the store owner who does amazing picks. You guys should go someday.
We would love to.
Yeah. Twist our arm. Why don't you?
I love to travel.
And of course, it ended with, making plans at the end of starting doing content in 2019. That was the official, like September 1st will be my 2-year thing. When I officially said I was going to be like, all right, I'll do this. This is fun. Of course, 2020 was like, no, you're gonna fall into a deep depression and be miserable for the next year. But thankfully, the Whiskey Tube community and the streams kept me going, to the very least. And there were plans at the beginning of last year. It's just like I was gonna go to the Bastards Ball last year. I was gonna hopefully visit you guys in Kentucky and go see all the fun stuff there. And
but we'll see you this year.
That's what you get for planning.
Hopefully, that is the idea. Yeah. I know you'll definitely see me in October. I'll be someplace.
Wonderful.
Specifically.
Yes.
All right. Well, tell people where we can find you.
Yeah.
KillCo Whiskey Musings on the YouTubes, but I'm also on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Just look up KillCo or KillCo Whiskey Musings. I believe it's KillCo 7 in some places because other people came up with that KillCo name.
There's 6 other imposters, but there can be only one.
There can be only one, and it's 7.
It's my last name starts with Kill. I can't. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Make it up.
You're not gonna come after me with, I started KillCo first. Sorry, my last name starts with Kill. I mean,
and you incorporated with the co.
Yes. There we go.
It's all legal.
It's all perfectly legal.
Well, thanks for joining us. We're glad that you could hop on.
Yes.
And like I said, thanks for having us on your channel a couple weeks ago. And we look forward to
pour for
seeing
the rest
you.
of the evening.
Oh, the match made in heaven.
We're going to be having that a little bit later on. Just a little preview.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. Right. I hope to meet you guys in person one of these days.
Yes,
it'll happen.
It'll happen for sure. We'll make it happen.
I'll be sitting in the background now. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Thanks.
All right. See you, KillCo. All right, let's get caught back up.
Just a couple, and then we got to bring in Will and Greeze.
Will and Greeze from the Podcask. I can't even say podcast anymore because I just automatically say podcast. We got Ian here with a $5 super chat. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Brian.
I haven't been giving triangles. So
oh my goodness. That's for everybody. Brian Brennicky, Sarah.
He says, congrats on 5 years. Thank you for the community that you've built and have allowed us to meet so many people, or so many awesome folks. Sorry, I can't read. Thank you not just for the entertainment, but most of all, the friendship. That's so sweet.
There you go.
I love it.
David Little says, as your channel has grown, so has
So is my
bourbon budget. Coincidence? I don't think so. Seriously, congrats on 5 years. Great content.
Thank
you so much.
Melissa Wadsworth.
Melissa, we know you now.
She says, congratulations on 5 years. Thanks for allowing me to join on the ride as
Bourbon
Booster. Needs to be a shirt. Bourbon Booster.
Coined that term. Thank you. Ben saying, longtime viewer and new patron. As of today, thank you, Ben. Sipping on some Pikesville in honor of you guys. Whiskey cheers to you in the next 5 years. Thank you. Cheers to you, sir.
And Allison says, cheers to 5 years. Thanks for being the guiding light in my bourbon journey. Absolutely.
Thank you.
And one more.
Cindy, happy 5 years. Here's to many more. KillCo sent me.
Mama KillCo.
That's awesome.
I'm glad we got you.
So we will pick it up there.
We'll pick it up with Rye Guy.
Next.
But first, we're going to bring on Will and the Greeze.
Oh my goodness.
And we'll see where it goes.
This is a twofer.
How's it going to work?
There's Greeze. There is, we're all split.
We're all squished. How will we do it?
Like yeah.
We got to get close.
Yeah. Y'all need to hug a little bit closer.
Your merch? Don't. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Y'all have the greatest t-shirt of all time, and I had to wear it tonight.
I do love that shirt.
Well, can I just say, Greeze, you are wearing that shirt. Just saying.
Oh, dude.
Literally.
I mean, I've gotten
literally
so many free cheeseburgers wearing this. I go through the line at Hardee's wearing this shirt, and they're just like, man, killer shirt. Here's a free cheeseburger.
What about Crystal?
It's been great.
How's it working, Crystal?
Crystal and I have not hung out in a while. It's a weird situation.
They've had a falling out?
Yeah. The only thing is Hardee's is kind of taken over a little bit because Will kind of forces Hardee's on me.
I brought it one time.
Force a cheeseburger on anyone else.
Will, comment on that.
Yeah, I brought it one time last week, and that's forcing something upon him, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was breakfast as well. So.
He was filming and said, "I'm doing this for the channel." I'm like, "Dang it, I have to do it." I'm not a fan. It's fine.
And so now he's convinced that he's just been abused by
that has nothing to do with you not having Crystal for a while. This was last week.
Every time somebody says Hardee's.
Yeah, Hardee's has no power over you. It's okay. You're in a safe place. You're in the trust tree.
Okay,
we're good.
I promise to make this story 30 seconds. Will, can I tell the Crystal story?
Yeah, if you make it 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Timer starts.
And go.
I go to church. I was at a house and the pastor comes over and we're talking. He's talking about how he loves fast food but he can't eat fast food around his wife. So his wife took the kids back to home to visit family. And so we were talking about Crystal burgers and we were talking about all this. And I said, hey man, like, do you love Crystal? He's like, oh, I love Crystal. Like I now that she's out of town, like I'm going to go there. And I'm like, awesome. So I'm on the show. We are recording audio.
Go on. That's 30 seconds, but go on.
We're recording the show and I start telling this story because it was hilarious. And the words that come out of my mouth that we had to edit out were my pastor loves to pound Crystal when his wife's out of town.
I can see where that went wrong.
I see.
Yeah, there was some fluff in there. You could have trimmed that and made it exactly 30 seconds.
Well,
but
that was a
good college try.
That was only twice as long as you promised. Which
I feel like that was pretty good though, Will.
It wasn't bad.
Speaking of good stories, I know that we talked about this at Whiskey Weekend Batch 4, I think, but I don't know when we talked about it before that. But
it's been talked about. I love our meeting story when we were at the Southern Whiskey Society, and you all were like, "Come to the after party." And so we were like, "Okay, we just met these guys, but they had us up on stage, had us on their podcast, had us on their podcast, fed us some Crystal burgers. Like, it was great. So sure, we'll go to your after party.
And so we
this
get
conversation is so on brand from like literally the first time we've met. We haven't moved or talked about anything.
No. And so we
until the day we die.
Right, exactly. So a 25-minute Uber out into the middle of nowhere outside of Nashville. And we're like rolling up on some stranger's farm. There's two dogs who look like polar bears. We're both drunk and we're like, where are Will and Greeze? Not there.
Oh, and I loved how he promised the well is going to be Weller 12. Like
it's
I
know.
So there won't be anything less than Weller 12. It just goes up from there.
I poured something tonight, and I was going to pour Weller 12 in specifically in honor of that story, but I poured something different that has a tie to you guys. But yeah, I've never seen Greeze sell something so hard to anyone in his life. Like he could have, if it was trying to like move a vehicle of some sort or anything, he would have been successful. Yeah. He was locked in and was like, the only thing that matters in this moment are that Chad and Sarah go to this after party that we have no at all desire to end up at. Like we had no plans to go to. So
yeah, but luckily everyone there was really nice. There were a couple dogs that Sarah played with all night.
Yeah, I went from like being scared that I was going to be a kidnapping situation to like, wow, these are actually like the nicest people ever.
They were great folks.
Let us two strangers come into their party. Like,
let's be honest, we crashed their party
and had some pours and played with their dogs and went home.
Yeah,
and by home I mean an Airbnb.
Yeah, Chad and Sarah, y'all always forget one key part of this story. And that's my tone of voice. Let me go ahead and tell everybody of what
we met you literally that night. We didn't know your tone of voice.
Let me go ahead. No. Let me go ahead. No, we're at a all-you-can-drink whiskey shindig. Here's how it went down. Okay, chap. Here's the deal.
Paint me a picture.
There's gonna be a farm, and you and Sarah are gonna go there, and there's just gonna be Weller 12 everywhere.
That is not what you said. You said the worst thing there will be Weller 12.
I specifically remember you saying that.
Yeah, that's a direct quote.
You're like, it's like they're well.
That's a direct quote.
What a fun night, though. That was good.
Was there any Weller 12 there at all?
I don't remember.
Not a drop.
Was there anything good there to drink?
I think I blacked out from fear for a minute because I was like, wait, is this where I die?
I also love that you said there was a bunch of dogs and you were in the middle of the woods. Most people would be frightened in that situation.
Nah.
We get to the middle of the woods, there are dogs.
Yeah. I was like, where have they sent us?
And so it was just like
we get kidnapped and dragged off into a cave somewhere.
Someone was just like, hey guys, how's it going? And we're like, hey, the podcast guys, Will and Greeze, they sent us here. They should be here. We're like, right? They're coming pretty soon.
And they were like, no.
And they were like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, helps. Make yourself at home. And then we're like, yeah, they're not coming, are they? They're not coming.
It's okay though, because we still hang out with you guys. And gotta say, last year or this year, I guess. Gosh, I don't know what year it is. Whiskey Weekend Batch 3. Insane. Amazing. Can't wait to do Batch 4.
Yeah.
Literally, we can't stop talking about it. Anyone who will listen, we're like, guess what?
Guess what? Also, I want to take it back even further before Southern Whiskey Society. 2016, you guys also started in 2016, right?
Yes. Yeah. May Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. You guys are just a couple months older than us.
Congrats. Chad's only a little bitter about that. No, don't worry about it.
Well, technically,
no, it's fine.
Channel, like a month before you guys put out your first episode.
If you go back to your first content and our first content, I'm pretty sure I had to edit out of our first episode me calling Buffalo Trace a weeded bourbon. So I had to go back and check my facts. So I think you guys were light years ahead of where we were when we started.
But
I was looking at the wrong camera for the majority of our first episode.
It's true. And it was weird. No matter what camera I cut to, you weren't looking at it. I'm like, what were you looking at? You know what a lens is,
to
right?
To this day, we don't know. I was just panicking. Like,
hi, I'm Sarah.
I'm Sarah, and this is its bourbon night.
Is this thing on the camera?
Sarah's used to kind of doing behind the scenes.
It's true.
Right.
I don't really do.
I mean, now she's very much inundated in it, and she's a rock star.
Well, this helps.
That the speaking juice helps. But the year is 2016. We've just started going. We've got this uncorking thing going, and I find you guys. I think probably through Instagram, and then I found that led me to your all's podcast. But I was like, these are cool guys. So we reached out and we did guest Uncorkings.
Yeah, that's right.
And you all did a I.W. Harper 15.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
that's
you
what
were
he's
outside.
drinking.
I remember that.
Is that the bottle?
That's the bottle.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it's garbage.
I remember you all contacted and were like, "Hey, if we didn't really enjoy it, is that okay?" I'm like, "Yes, of course. Truth. Yes, truth." But yeah, that was like, was that sort of you all dipping a toe? Because I know, you have obviously.
No, I was going to tell you the awesome thing is doing your show was our first video ever we made for YouTube. Now, I know we just officially started in February. Well, I know we've, we just kind of
look how quickly we've grown on YouTube since that very first video in 5 years ago.
Yeah. Like we would have YouTube up there to kind of like hold some content that we might want to share, but like we never intended to make a YouTube channel. And then YouTube turned into, well, we should be on YouTube, so let's just release our audio on YouTube. And then, we've got a Patreon. Let's, go live on YouTube on our mobile phone and just house it on YouTube for Patreon too. You know what? We should probably legit just start doing YouTube.
Well, you guys got the skills, you got the tools, you got the talent. Yeah. Which you obviously showed.
The people want it.
Back in 2016 with, I think you did a 4K shoot. And
Greeze is like, it was at my house, which had no, nothing that would have looked good on camera. Like nothing was staged in my bourbon area because it was all audio. It was the theater of the mind. And Greeze was like, nothing in here is going to work. We got to go out to your backyard. So we took this table out, lugged this table from the second floor out to the backyard.
I was gonna say you guys are the ones who did it outside, right? Because I loved that when I watched it.
They had their lav mics on.
They did.
We did it outside because there was no adequate scenery in my home
Use that big light in the sky called the sun.
Well,
wait. Since then, Greeze, have you learned how to make a playlist on YouTube yet, or?
Ouch!
No, not yet. It's okay. You'll get there.
How do you monetize a video?
You can actually YouTube how to make a YouTube playlist. I don't know if you know that.
It's very meta, but
I'm sorry. I love you.
Oh, yes.
It's too easy.
Busting chops.
You can give it back. It's okay.
I think my wife. The only person that loves you more than me is my wife. I think she's just like
not me. It's
no, it's definitely not Chad. Chad doesn't.
Your wife, you, then Chad.
Yeah, third or fourth. I'm in the ballpark. I'm in the area.
I love the fact that y'all kind of went a little bit at each other at the beginning, but as soon as y'all got married, y'all were just like Sarah is just
gloves are off.
The gloves are off.
I love it. Even Fred called it out. He was like, I love when Sarah gives Chad the business and he tries to duck and get out of it. Wow. Okay, I must
that he said that I'm able. I feel like that speaks of my competency.
You dig your own holes sometimes.
To, maneuver and get out of things. I'm like, thanks, Fred. Thanks for recognizing.
He'll rope-a-dope.
Yeah, they'll rope-a-dope. Mm-hmm.
I will say, this I.W. Harper 15, though, is significantly better than it was when we were on the show 5 years ago.
Well, it was a fresh crack, and it's it might have been over oaked if I would have guessed. So you're just hoping that it opens
5
up.
years to open up.
Well, I think the other thing was that because it's 86 proof, and I think that we didn't necessarily know how to appreciate lower proof bourbon. If it was like bottle and bond, that was still a little bit hot, but we knew we could get the concentration of flavors from something higher proof.
Yeah.
There's almost, once you get more into it, if you can appreciate a lower proof bourbon a little bit more, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be greater, but there are some good ones from time to time. And so I think that also could play into it as well. We didn't know what to look for. We're just like, it kind of just doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, so. Right.
It's old. It's low proof.
Like, what is it? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're also probably, at that time, not used to having a 15-year-old profile, like the probably the tobacco in the barrel, the leather maybe in there 15 years. Like, you're not getting that when you drink a Weller Special Reserve or
12. A little, but
which makes me think, like, for someone just getting into bourbon, like, I haven't thought about it before of, not going into the older age stuff at first because you might be thrown off. That's interesting.
I feel like that's something you kind of have to
ease into on your journey.
Ramp up to.
Those tasting notes can be the tobacco, the leather, the extra oak can be a little, it could be off-putting if you're new.
Some of those earthy tones, though, now that I'm like further in my journey, is what I gravitate towards. Like I want something leathery and tobacco-y.
Want some smoke, want some oak, want some leather. Yeah.
And I think that's why it's good to revisit things that maybe in the past you haven't liked, because you never know what you're going to end up liking. But so you guys have anything?
When you come from kamikaze shots over to bourbon, you don't want to taste tobacco right out of the gate.
No, maybe not it.
You normally have the tobacco on the side already. You have a tobacco chaser.
Hell, I love to smoke.
Oh my gosh.
I've been smoking for going on 40 years, and I'm just fine.
No, I got my Capri 120. So my gosh,
what do you guys have coming up besides Whiskey Weekend Batch 4?
Well, one of these days, Greeze is going to get some YouTube content out. So
okay, I'll mark my calendar for that.
Chad, you said you've got the skills. You got the ba, and then
the tools and the talent.
He didn't say the other T. Time
is a big one.
Well, I definitely know you don't have the time.
But. Yeah.
Who has the time?
No.
We go live on Mondays, though. When we record our podcast, we do it live. So we still keep the same format to as well as we can, and we still interact with YouTube some, but we try to keep it very podcast-y, and we do the 15, but we do that live typically 8:00 on Monday nights. So 8:00 Central, so 9 Eastern.
9 Eastern. All
right.
Yeah,
so that's what we've got coming up. And then Whiskey Weekend Batch 4 with you guys in the, is that still spring? Yeah, spring of 2022. So
and maybe something else, Will, that I need to talk to you about that I still
you still haven't told him? I know. Oh boy, you guys.
No, I don't know if you know this. It's more likely that he'll announce something, and then I'll find out through his announcement online, and then I'll be like, we first of all, we can't do that because you already have like your family reunion, because I have to keep his calendar
you
for him.
You can't actually do that because you're booked.
Yeah, like you have 36 weddings you booked that day, Greeze. You can't be there. I'm free actually, but so yeah, maybe I'll find out what he's talking about here.
Well, we'll be on the lookout for whatever that special announcement is that Will doesn't know about yet. But tell them where they can find you. I assume they already know where they can find
it's
you.
Very early. You still have complete creative control. Asterisk. All right, go, Sarah. Sorry.
Jeez. No, you're good.
I just had to save myself.
Obviously, the podcast.
Anywhere you find.
Yeah, anywhere you find a podcast. The Podcask. It's a pun, which in hindsight I love, but also kind of hard to like reiterate to people.
Well, I told you I can't say podcast anymore. It just comes out.
I know
podcast.
the very first time in this evening you said podcast.
Yeah,
I just don't understand why
he
talks like why he talks like a civilized Brit when he says it though.
Yeah, I know, right? The podcast. No, it's
also
like
on YouTube.
People ask us what our channel is. We're like, it's Bourbon Night, and they're like, Bourbon Night? No,
like,
it's Bourbon Night.
It's Bourbon.
It's Bourbon Night.
I usually say the name of the channel is colon. It's Bourbon Night.
In quotes.
Close parentheses. Period.
Oh.
And then they usually walk away.
That's it. Yeah, nobody wants to talk to him after that.
So, yeah. It's some people are just like, I don't get it. Yeah. And I'm like,
but thank you guys so much for coming on. We really, really appreciate it.
We got a free Cliffy.
We could of course talk to you all night, but yeah, we got Clifton from Bourbon Bytes
absolutely
coming up to close us out. But we super appreciate you guys. And
Clifton is the Chad Slayer.
You had to bring that.
And
up,
we'll see you guys later. That's been the podcast.
Good luck, Grease, on your Matt Madness.
Thank you so much, guys. If it ever happens, it'll be great.
All right.
It's postponed again. Love y'all.
I saw that.
All right.
All right.
See y'all.
See you. Thank you for joining.
See you guys.
Bye.
Thanks.
Okay. There we are. Now we can spread back out.
All right.
Woo-hoo-hoo! That's fun.
Well, we'll catch up on chats after we bring in Clifton. I feel like we've made him wait long enough.
Let's do a few.
Okay.
Let's do a few.
Clifton, let it be noted that Chad made you wait and not me.
Right, guys, saying, where do you see yourselves in 5 years from now?
Oh, we actually have an episode on Friday that we're going to talk about that in.
Yeah, I think this Friday's episode will actually delve into that. So
we're going to obviously keep doing this, but we feel that hospitality is in our future.
Yeah.
And let that be a little clue.
So, yeah, please check
out the episode.
Check that out. Yeah.
Michael says, 5-year inspiration from its Bourbon Night. Pro, I built a bar and acquired a luscious 90-bottle whiskey collection. Ooh. Con, y'all owe me $60,000.
Yikes! Pro, invite us over.
You're going to want to talk to my lawyer. No.
Ray, who is sitting in probably his throne still.
He's Jon Snow.
He is Jon Snow. Cheers and happy 5 years to you. I also found you guys through Rex and Daniel's shout out, and I'm glad I did. Wow, we are too. I had a beard before I drank bourbon.
Did I do it wrong?
Yeah, you kind of went in reverse.
You did it right.
No, that's good. Thank you, Ray.
That's good. Big Vic says, cheers and happy anniversary, guys. Can't wait for the next 5 years. And what's up, KillCo? Cheers, brother. Love the content and can't wait for Whiskey Weekend Batch 4 to meet y'all. Love that Knob Creek pick, guys. Nice work on the picks. Thank you. We will keep them coming.
And for now, Tim saying, Chad and Sarah, thanks for making WhiskeyTube even better. My knowledge of whiskey has grown and my bank account has not because of you.
Oops.
Oopsie. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry
You're welcome.
for bringing you joy, and it costs money.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. All right, let's bring in Clifton.
All right.
Free him.
Please, free Cliffy? Hashtag
yes.
free Cliffy?
Hashtag.
From Bourbon Bytes, please welcome Clifton McDaniel. Clifton!
You know, the Chad Slayer has a nice ring to it. I don't know.
Maybe dark.
New name.
Yeah, I like your steak knife there. That's very intimidating.
No, I got the knife because I have some wax that. Yeah, well, I have some waxes that I'm probably going to struggle with.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So I think as everyone, your audio eventually catches up. You're a little bit behind. You're a dubbed film right now.
But... I think it's
I feel like it.
Yeah, I think it's just because we had him in the waiting room, and
that's weird. I don't know.
Oh well, it happens.
That's a weird whatever.
Better now? We're good.
No. It's gonna catch up a little bit.
I'll just talk more, and then maybe it'll catch up.
Yeah, it'll get there.
Okay.
So, what are you drinking?
Well, first of all, happy 5-year anniversary. I've been drinking a lot. I started with Trev because he and I had kind of a similar starting story. We both got the 1783 because of you guys. So that's what I started on. I've been working my way through. I have both New Leaf picks. They are both fantastic. But I wanted to drink something a little special. I picked up this bottle from you guys on our Here for the Booze meetup. I have not cracked it. I was waiting for a special occasion, and what better occasion than 5-year YouTube anniversary? So I wanted to crack this open with you guys tonight and have some. You guys, I don't know if you guys have any left, or if not, it's okay.
We
do. Okay, there we go. Perfect.
And it finally caught up. Yay, just in time.
Yes, that's good.
Perfect, yes. This is what the knife was for. I know these older Knob Creeks kind of...
tough to open. They can be a challenge.
So 2019.
This one actually opened great.
The story behind A Mash Made in Heaven was we picked this on April 1st, 2019.
With James
April
Wolverton and Todd Cooper, who are in the chat.
So they're both in the chat. Pick Team Unite. And it came in 2 days before our wedding. I've told this story before, so forgive me. But 2 days before our wedding, we really wanted to have this on our bourbon bar. We had this bar list that our friend hand did the fancy writing on. And
that was her gift for our wedding.
Featuring A Mash Made in Heaven. And we're like, oh, shit, it's not here yet.
It's not here.
It's not coming in. And then, lo and behold, 2 days before the wedding, we got it. And
I think the bourbon bar was like the thing that we cared about the most of all the things
really
on our wedding day.
We curated the hell out of it.
I've heard some stories from that bourbon bar.
Oh, just ask Swan.
My thing is majorly like hospitality. Like a wedding is basically just a big party. Like, yes, it's for you, but if you're inviting that many people, you really need to make sure that they have a good time, is my philosophy. And so I was like, this is the thing I feel like people will care about the most other than the food, which is always very important.
And that was also good.
And so we were very concerned about the bourbon selection. So this finally came in, and again, we got to give the nod to Tammy, who coined A Mash Made in Heaven for us. And
so perfect.
So you're opening this just now.
Yes.
I love that.
First quart. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, I'm going to drink it out of my Drink More Bourbon Copita.
Oh,
please
very
do.
fancy.
I just have to say, your shirt is awesome.
It is.
Okay, I was gonna wear my It's Bourbon Night shirt, but then I realized it's at the bottom of my laundry, and I just got back from Mexico, and all of my clothes are sweaty. I'm like, I am not digging that out for my laundry.
I was so jealous because I was like, Trev is in Cancun. You're also in Mexico. I'm like, where? So I want to go on vacation.
What I'm hearing is Clifton loves us, but not enough to wash a shirt that's on the bottom of the laundry for us.
I looked for it. I looked for it like 2 hours ago. Okay, not enough time for laundry.
Not enough time.
Not enough time for laundry.
I think I'm glad that you wore the shirt that you did because I mean, I feel like
we want to shout it out.
Well, but I think most of our guests have done a really good job of representing our merch. But I think that all merch.
Well, now I feel real bad. Thanks, Sam.
No, Clifton, you have excuse me. You have the
everyone
glass.
dressed for the occasion.
Literally, everyone else has worn a shirt of ours.
Okay,
but it's about time for a change.
You have the drink more bourbon glass. What more could I ask for?
There we go.
At that.
Yes.
Those little lids have been coming in handy for us because we've been talking about it's gnat season, and here at least in the South, I don't know where if it's like that everywhere, but they keep them out because they love to ruin a good pour, and that makes me very upset.
Really do. But
they always, as soon as I open something, they swarm, especially the lights too. That doesn't help.
Yeah, totally. But I really want to see you take your first sip of a mash made in heaven. This is something you've had in your possession since 2019, October 2019. The first time we met you at the Here for the Booze Patreon meetup.
And just
so please, imbibe.
Well, cheers, you guys.
Cheers. Cheers, Sarah.
Oops.
Oh man, I long for the days when you could find these 14 and 15-year-old Knob Creeks just everywhere.
Yeah.
Because it's been a minute since I've had that. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Isn't it? Oh man. And the neck pour, I feel like, is a lot more peanut buttery. As it gets down, it gets a lot more like just dry peanut. But the nuttiness stays with it, and I mean, it remains exceptional all the way through. But that fresh crack is.
I mean, we're big fans, but obviously we're biased. But we've actually had people like there's someone on Patreon who has been doing some major Jim Beam flights, and like over the period of months of like different bookers, different Knob Creeks and picks and stuff, and has reached out and been like, I had a mash made in heaven. It's progressed through so many flights. Is there another one in your collection that you'd be willing to part with? Because we have like the big flight, like the showdowns coming up, and we're out because we drank it all. And I'm like, you know what? For this science experiment, I can make it happen.
For science, we will dip into our collection.
But I feel like it's gotten its own little, I don't know, it kind of has like a little cult following or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's
still around from 2019.
Yeah, our very first pick. And, 2021 has been the year of picks for us, thankfully. But this one is the one that started it all, that launched 1,000 ships, or however that expression goes.
Launched 1,000 barrel picks.
If only.
Yeah, I mean, just like even the neck pour is delicious. You said peanut. I don't want to think about peanuts. I did a flight last night comparing a bunch of peanut butter flavored whiskey.
Ooh.
So that was not fun.
How are you feeling at the end?
I was feeling, well, we ended it because I had a goal at the end of it, and we hit that goal. So, I did an Ardbeg and peanut butter whiskey shot. Surprisingly, was not the worst thing that I thought it was going to be. It was supposed to be a joke, but then I got all my patrons on a Discord hangout afterwards, and they all did it with me, and they're like, you know what? That's not that bad.
Right?
I don't know.
It's like, wait, so now I need to know.
It's power peanut
Can
butter.
you recall what is the worst thing that you've ever drank? Do you know?
The worst thing I've ever drank? Oh man,
one of the worst things you've ever drank.
We're talking whiskey, or are we just talking in general?
I think just in general, because we're talking about Ardbeg and peanut butter whiskey.
Piss.
Well, not that. I mean, good Lord.
Well, when I first got into, like, when I first turned 21, we bought a bunch of flavored vodkas because we thought that was the cool stuff to do. Learned real quick, like, don't buy the cheapest vodka on the shelf, which has carried over into my whiskey, knowing that the cheapest stuff is not always the best. Not always bad, but always not always the best.
Burnett's cherry vodka, yeah.
I can't do cherry, like artificial cherry. No. So I would say that. I don't really have any, I mean, nothing else. I've had some, like, really, I'm not a fan of, like, the rapid aged whiskeys that's like young MGP. Just personally, that's not something I'm a fan of. But yeah, that's probably the worst whiskey I've had.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. We, I don't know if you saw that episode, Clifton, where we tried to blind all the Jim Beam flavored stuff and
yes.
They were. Yeah.
That was like
was our worst experience.
I think I felt the worst after that episode. Like, as in all the episodes that we filmed through time. I felt the worst coming out of that episode. I was like, I need to go throw up. I gotta lay down. Like,
and rethink my choices.
I gotta rethink my life choices. Don't talk to me for 2 days. I was like, no, I don't want to.
I will say there were some clear like standouts with the peanut butter whiskey, so don't sleep on it. It's not all bad. A lot of it's really bad though.
We know
my favorite cocktail that we make,
the Dead Rise Again.
The Dead Rise Again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've only bought one peanut butter whiskey, and it was Screwball, so you could try any other. But
was that one of your?
But the Screwball.
I don't want to spoil it, but Screwball was high up there. It actually, I like Screwball.
We'll have to watch.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. But in that Dead Rise Again, that is a tasty cocktail.
I haven't tried it yet. I remember that video, but I need to make that one. So I
got
leftover.
Definitely a Halloween cocktail. Wait till October.
Adriana said it felt so bad for Sarah on that episode. Yes, by the end of that Jim Beam episode, I was like,
you were not happy.
Maybe we should just stop doing the channel. I don't want to do this ever again.
And this is going to be our last episode ever. What a way to go.
It's okay. I survived. I mean, we've had some bad stuff in our time. I think one of the only things I've ever actually spit out because I thought it was so terrible. Like I was like, sipped it and was like, nope. Was the Woodford Masters Collection Cherry Smoked Barley.
Oh.
I sipped it. Swan told us, he was like, I don't think you're going to like that.
I was going to say, I feel like I remember Perry and Swan saying it was not that great.
Swan was like, I brought you a sample, but I don't think you're going to like it. I poured it. I was like, it can't be that bad. I was like, no. It will leave my mouth right now. It was not. But they have their hits. I like their batch proof, but the cherry smoked barley was not it.
Not it.
Yeah.
No. No. So Bourbon Bytes, you started your channel back before it was named, because I remember actually when you were trying to name your channel, you started with like travel videos and like lifestyle stuff. When did you want to switch it up, and how did that kind of happen?
So I was looking earlier because everyone was saying like when they started, and I was like, I actually don't know. So I did the Bourbon Bytes rebranding, I guess I call it. That was back in May of last year. However, I looked at my first whiskey review video ever was July 28th of 2018. So in 10 days, we're coming up on 3 years. So,
wow.
But also I also looked at my first video ever on YouTube, and that was 13 years ago, coming up in August.
I got a 13-year ago.
I want to. Can you?
That was when I was 15 years old, and I will say my other channel was a lot more popular than my current channel. So I must have been doing something right as a teenager.
Did you have frosted tips? Like, what was going on?
No, it wasn't the looks. Trust me.
Okay.
Oh, I really want to see that.
We're gonna. Is it still?
Yeah, it's hidden. It's hidden.
Live?
I mean, no, it's still live, but I don't. It's embarrassing.
And we queued it up, and here we go.
Oh god,
Clifton! If anyone were to ever stumble across, which I can't even find my old MySpace page, but I didn't deactivate it, so I guess it's still out there in the ether somewhere.
It is. I've found it, but I can't view it unless I'm her friend.
I was gonna say, if anyone were to ever stumble across that, I would be mortified.
Well, see, mine are out there, and mine, they're still getting views. Apparently, somehow people still watch them. I did a bunch of song parodies back in the day, back when that was cool. So there's some.
It is cool.
Look at Bo Burnham.
You just need to translate it to TikTok. You'll be a star.
Yeah.
There we go. Maybe. But yeah, it's embarrassing. But hey, well, it's how I got my start. I mean, honestly, I got my first job in college based on my videos. Like, hey, wow, you are successful on YouTube. You were successful on YouTube, but yeah, at the time, and like, yeah, it led to so many opportunities and connections that I don't regret it. I mean, it's still live for a reason. Some videos have been taken down because I'm like, yeah, that doesn't need to live on the internet any longer. It's good.
Well, it would be like if we were being introduced, if we were being introduced at a conference or something, and they played clips from our first episode, we would be like, take it down, stop, please stop.
Yeah. So are you musical?
No, that's the worst part. This was back in 2008 when YouTube was like, the standards of like production quality were like down here. Like if you had a green screen, which I did in my bedroom wall as a teenager, you were cool. Like everyone was like, what, a green screen? So yeah, and a lot of auto-tune too. So that was again, I'm beyond those days. Although Shelf Turds, David and Kira may get me on board for a parody sometime soon. We'll see.
Very cool.
Okay. No, that actually sounds pretty. I'm gonna find this. I'm gonna look this
up. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, you guys, in terms of like the whiskey stuff, I mean, you guys were the inspiration. I mean, I've told the story on my channel before, but I mean, back to the 1783, I told myself, I'm going to be serious about whiskey. I'm going to go to the liquor store and I'm going to find something. I got in there, I was overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea what anything is. And me being like, early 20s, I was like, I don't got much money. So I literally just went on YouTube, best bourbon under $25, and found you guys. Skip to the end. I rewatched the full video later, but saw this one. They didn't have
skip to the end. Gotta find the results. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have the Chad. Your pick was what, the Jim Beam Choice or something?
Which was discontinued shortly after that.
Okay, because that was not available at the time. At least I was in South Carolina at the time, so we didn't have much of a selection. But I saw this one and I fell in love with whiskey ever since. So I'm very grateful to you guys, not just for that, but just being the inspiration to start doing whiskey content on my channel. I mean, y'all are the reason I'm doing this. So,
Chad, I don't know if you've noticed a theme here, but a lot of it is my 1783.
I mean, I looked for the Jim Beam too, Chad, just to be fair.
So I feel like you can't kick me off the channel because it seems that
we'll see about that.
Okay.
I don't know. There's been a lot of great co-hosts that have come up. No, just kidding, Sarah.
I know. I feel like this is actually in secret the tryouts for my replacement.
Yeah.
Man, I would have a green screen and look a lot more professional, but this software you're using, I don't think it accepts green screens. So I was like,
it does. If you were on a green screen, I could key you.
Gotcha. I did not know that. Okay. It's okay. I tried for like 2.5 hours earlier today. I was like, I'm going to make this work, and I could not figure it out. I was like, screw it. I'll just, you see my living room. It's fine.
Yeah.
I like how you've got your logo.
You got Bourbon Bytes on the TV back there. That's awesome.
Peek behind the curtain, literally.
Yeah.
I love your logo, and you should tell everybody if you got anything coming up or where they can find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you can just find me Bourbon Bytes with a Y in it is my channel also on Instagram, TikTok as well. But yeah, I have I guess I'm going to have a 3-year anniversary stream next week.
Yes,
I wasn't planning on that, but I guess I will. But yeah, no, this week I'm doing Tom's Foolery. I'm doing their bourbon, their rye, their Applejack. I'm also having Swan from This Is My Bourbon Podcast come on soon. I'm going to taste him through a few different spirits from outside of Kentucky. We're trying to test his palate and build him up there. Also, Don Nashid.
Wait. What's that? Spirits outside of Kentucky?
He's very confused. But he's got some samples.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be a two-parter because I'm going to have him on again because our friend Don Nishida also gave us some samples. I met Don at your meetup.
Yes.
I didn't really get to know him until after, and I was like, now we talk almost every day. Like, I'm like, how did I not I wish I would have talked to him more at the meetup. But he's a great guy.
Yeah.
That is, again, my favorite part, and just to say it again about the past 5 years is all the people we've got to meet. But I love hearing when people that we've met through the channel, they all meet each other and they form their own little groups, or if they live near each other, they'll go out to bars and do stuff, and I'm like, that makes me so happy.
Yes.
Because in today's day and age, it is kind of hard to find friends. You can't, I don't know, with the internet it's hard. When you're an adult, where do you meet a new friend? It's difficult. And so I feel like we've met so many friends just from doing this. And I mean, honestly, I could call more people friends than I ever thought. If you told me, rewind back to me in 6th grade, tell me that I would have as many friends as I have now, I would have, I don't know.
I'm going to be so popular.
I would be like,
you guys don't even know.
Probably.
Yeah, well, especially for me, because I moved across the country. I mean, I grew up in South Carolina. I moved out here to Southern California in 2018. So I had no one out here. We didn't know anyone. And actually, whiskey is what made me have some of the best connections I've had out here. I went to whiskey meetups, met some friends, and a lot of them are viewers of your channel too. So maybe they're watching here tonight. Hey, SoCal group. But yeah, so I think whiskey, the best thing about it to me is how it brings people together. And I think whiskey to you guys, all the other amazing channels that were on earlier and all the others out there. I mean, I look forward to watching people every week and being a part of the whiskey family.
Absolutely, yeah.
I love it.
Whiskey, the whiskey fabric, that gets brought up a lot, and it's really true. It's something, it's that one thing that you have in common with someone, so you at least have that. Plus, you have the social lubricant, which helps, and then you find out you have so much more in common.
For those of us with social anxiety,
right?
Me. I was going to say this not freak would be great.
Yeah. And then it just grows from there, and you find out you have more in common, and then before you know it, you're just you're in a group text with all your whiskey buddies, and you're meeting up and having bourbon nights, which is why we named the channel Bourbon Night.
Makes
because
me happy.
And it's just I
don't know.
Just can't really express just what it means.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
I have a lot of gratitude for what we've done has allowed us to connect with so many people.
Meet a lot of just awesome, amazing people.
That's and my favorite thing to come out of this.
And a lot of them are just here in the chat that we haven't had the pleasure of meeting in person, and hopefully one day we will. But I mean, just the people that we regularly see in the chat and everything, and it's just
like I don't think we can say enough how the drinking is great, the whiskey is amazing, but the community is like the shining star of what we do. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I was definitely a little starstruck when I met you guys for the first time, but I love how now we like you have me on the show and it's awesome. So y'all are awesome.
You beat Chad's ass in that update.
Yeah, Chad Slayer. I'm definitely putting that on a t-shirt.
Chad Slayer. It's okay. I got beat too.
It's by 1 point.
Same.
I was. They should have been a best of 7. I really feel like.
I'm sorry. How many points did you get?
I don't remember.
I mean, Perry beat my ass too. So.
Hey, we all got beat by Perry,
that's what the Shelters predicted in their song. They literally the last line of their song was Perry's gonna win, and he beat out of us.
And he did.
See, I thought that was just a joke.
So there we go.
Apparently not. I'm still waiting on my car.
They're soothsayers. Wow, they really are predictors of the future.
Right.
Interesting.
Well, thanks for coming on, Clifton. It's so good to see you, and we hope to see you again in the future, sometime soon, hopefully.
Yes. Hopefully.
If you do anything for your 3-year anniversary, let us know. Give us a shout.
Yeah.
If you want to beat Chad again in a blind, just let us know.
Maybe.
We'll set it up.
Cheers, guys.
Bring it, Cliffy.
Cheers. Thank you.
All
Bye.
Right, see ya. Wow.
What a guest list.
And we could have gone on all night.
We totally could have.
There were so many other channels that we, reached out to and wanted to have on board. But of course, it was kind of like a first come, first serve this time. But as we said in the beginning of the show, we want to do this again and have those channels and podcasts and so forth on, I think it's a podcast. Okay, that time.
Oh, there you go.
Have them on and continue this at some point. But this has been an absolute blast. And we have super chats to catch up on.
So don't think that we forgot about you.
I don't have anything to choose them with.
I can do a little bit more.
Just a sploosh?
Sure. I'll be staying up late tonight. I can't. That's the thing about.
Okay.
I mean, if we're gonna do it, let's do it right. Sploosh. That's the thing about ending the live streams late is I need like at least an hour and a half buffer. I can't like finish drinking and then go straight to sleep. It doesn't work that way for me. I gotta wind down, spiral down into bed. And so, we'll have to go find something to watch, but I don't mind.
So John says, congrats on 5 years. Thank you, John. We greatly appreciate that. Scrolling down.
This might actually be my favorite live that we've ever done. I have to be honest.
I was a little nervous about this one, just, make sure technology works.
Because, it's not usually on our side. But
this and that.
I love that intro that you did. Very nice. I was surprised. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Toss that together, yeah.
We got Jeff who says, congrats on 5 years from one of your many fans. You're a big part of the reason I've gotten into Booker's and Knob Creek lately.
Oh, yes.
Woo. Cheers to the next 5+.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Oh.
Scott
saying, sorry I'm late. Congrats on 5 years. Thank you for building this wonderful community of ragtag individuals that we would have never known without you. I'm proud to call you friends. Here's the 5 more. Thank you, sir. That is awesome.
I really wish that I wish I was better with words and could put into words how I feel. Like, I know I keep saying the community's great. It's the reason why we do this. There are so many, like, deeper feelings underneath that.
Yes.
That
can only be expressed in song.
Oh, no.
Well... No, I'm just kidding.
Please don't. I was like, no.
I have nothing prepared.
No. The Bourbon Shed says, thanks for all the good times and advice. You got this Kiwi dude from JD Gentleman Jack to a 200 bottle collection. My wife's not mad at you anymore, LOL, but it's been a great ride.
Thank you for forgiving us.
I have heard that from some people that their wives were initially like, I don't like this. And then they're like, okay. Like, we'll meet them out at events and they're like, all right, I'll allow it.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, we can turn anybody.
And you know what I love to hear is that, like, people who watch the show and their spouses join them and they start sipping and tasting and pulling out notes. And even if they don't like bourbon, it's become, like, a thing that they do together. And I love that.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. Blake saying Knob Creek single barrel picks are one of the best kept secrets, especially if you find a 12 to 15 year game over. True that. That's one of these right here.
Derek says, congrats on 5 years. Thanks for the great bourbon reviews as well as keeping me connected to my Kentucky roots. May your next 5 years be your best yet.
Thank you, Derek.
I truly hope so.
Appreciate that. We got W. Willson saying, congrats on 5 years. Always great content. We appreciate that very much. I think we're almost caught up.
Whoa. That's a lot. And this might also be a record super chat episode. I don't know. It's close with like some other milestone episodes.
And normally we keep up more with the chat, and we're really sorry that we weren't able to do that.
It's part of the guest hosting experience.
This chat, but thank you all for communicating and participating so much.
Michelle says, "Love you guys. Totally enjoyed the evening. We're so glad.
Thank you, Michelle.
We love having guests.
You. Yeah,
and that's it.
Yeah, we caught up.
Not
Look
like
at that, guys.
Not like that's it,
And
but
that's
like
it.
no, we're glad. Glad to be caught up. Glad that was a lot of super chats. Again, I think it might be a record. JG thinks that Sarah with an H has arrived, and maybe she has. I'm feeling a little saucy. And the podcast thinks that Chad ran a tight ship tonight. I have to agree. Chad, thank you for making this episode happen.
Well,
because without his technical savvy,
I just push buttons, Sarah.
But you're pushing all the right buttons.
Well, I guess.
You're doing a good job.
That's right.
You didn't push the wrong buttons, and that's what's important.
Because there's one here that's marked wrong, and I just haven't pushed it all night.
Tammy Brennicky says, I think we're talking about the Vegas crew. How does Tammy know? I must have talked about it.
Yeah, well, you said tonight.
Did I say
talked about it?
Oh, I must have said that.
Yeah.
I think that's true. I did say that. Yes, we were talking about having a 2022 Vegas meetup. And I haven't...
Very close to Cliffy.
I think it's going to have to be different than our normal meetups. Our normal meetups are ticketed and we do like a whole weekend of events. In Vegas, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, right? Because how many people can you fit in one space? But I feel like anybody can come and get a hotel room and gamble at a casino.
I think they have a few hotels in Vegas.
And they have a couple, and we can just walk everywhere. So like, we don't need transportation. Where we're going, we don't need... What does it say?
Roads?
We don't need roads.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
We don't need roads.
And a cowbell cheers for all those super chats we just read, plus Takupa here. I would do it if I had the backing of a Koopa Troopa chorus.
No.
But we don't. He says, you gotta sing us out with a theme song. Give us that classic lounge lizard voice that makes us all swoon.
Swoon? I don't know about that, Todd.
I think he's greatly exaggerating.
When we see you next month, Todd, he'll sing it for you around fire.
Around a fire, yeah.
I promise. Joe wants us to make our own bourbon whiskey, and I couldn't agree with him more.
We could do that.
Well, we could, but we just got to make the right connections, find the right people, and talk to them. I think that's also something that we've talked about. I'd like to go back to the question about what does the next 5 years look like.
Sure.
I definitely think that's something that we would like to do. However, we're not going to be like opening our own distillery and stuff like that.
Right.
And I mean, to give respect where respect's due, what Bourbon Pursuit is doing is like insane.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I really feel like they're cutting the mold for what that should look like. And it's something that we aspire to do, something similar to that. Or doing blends or whatever. I mean, like, that's what they're doing. But yeah. So maybe. One day. So we got to work on it. But
I think Joseph Brazo is drunk because he says, looking forward to finally meeting you two someday.
That's cute.
He's met us several times.
He must not remember.
He got too drunk.
I want to see him again soon.
Trev Willson, who was on here earlier, says that song is the single thing that got me to subscribe.
I think that song is the single thing that kept some people from subscribing.
Exactly.
Although I do love that song. You did a good job.
And KillCo says, if it helps, I sang the first few lines at the start of my stream earlier.
Aww.
We will have to go back and watch that.
We will go watch that.
Yeah.
We were setting up, so we missed it.
That's awesome.
I love that. But yeah, we've talked about that we think hospitality is in our future, and we've definitely toyed with ideas. I know we've mentioned the Bourbon Bed and Breakfast, which is still difficult for me to say.
Bourbon Bed and Breakfast, BB&B.
BB&B on here before. We definitely are toying more with that idea. You know, it feels right for us.
Wait, is Brazzers Joseph Brazo's nickname? How have I never seen that before?
Don't mind it.
Brazzers?
But I feel like only Tammy's allowed to say that. I feel wrong. Highlight this comment from Corey Myers. He said, absolute pleasure working with you guys on merch and can't wait to do more. Congrats on 5 years. Cheers. First of all, Corey is an incredible designer. He has been tolerating our feedback. No, I mean, I say tolerating. I always feel bad of like having worked with designers in my career. I feel like I, nitpick things. We nitpick, but at the end of the day, like the designs that he's done for us so far, they haven't come out yet. They will be coming soon. Are amazing. Can't wait to reveal those to you guys. just like incredible. And also, Corey, I owe you samples. We owe you samples. My intention was to get them out to you on Thursday, and then we launched our new glassware and merch, and I think we've had over 100 orders.
Over 125.
Over 125 orders since Thursday. So literally outside of this, we've been filling orders all weekend. Can't complain. Don't mind it. Listening to music, filling orders.
Complain. Nope.
Not bad.
Nope. This is one of those items.
So your samples will be coming soon, and that's all I have to say.
The Cut Glencairn, whiskeyambitions.com, selling through a lot faster than we thought. There might be about 30 of them left.
I mean, I had no idea. I didn't know. We'll get new ones that don't have the 5-year emblem on them for regular
Yeah, we're gonna
times.
put a poll out there and see what you guys most want to see.
You shocked me with this.
Well,
anyways, thank you again to Corey. Like when new T-shirts come out, you have Corey to thank for those.
Absolutely, you do.
And he will. I mean, he'll get one if he wants one.
Oh, of course. John Wadsworth saying, "Cheers with Booker's 30th," which is why I pulled this out.
Never have we ever done I mean, I guess we've done a 2-hour live stream before, maybe with the Bourbon Bowl.
We've done a 90-minute for sure. I think 2 hours might be just
Max.
about our longest. Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
This is OTOT.
I definitely feel it.
Thank you, John Wadsworth.
Oh my god.
And everyone else before. And Tony Curtis. Pretty sure I have a guitar near the fire. Not to burn. Except for shredding.
We're going to visit him. We're going to go visit.
Somehow this acoustic guitar has a whammy bar on it. I don't know how that works.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Tony and Todd, I need a packing list.
Bourbon Beginnings saying, I started watching you two, which made my wife and I start our own journey. We are a year in and just did best others worst. Our worst of the worst. Oh, I see. Worst of the worst. Ooh, we did one of those early on, like our Halloween. One of our first Halloween episodes was the worst of the worst of that $1,525. So I feel you. So thank you, Bourbon Beginnings.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. We got Albert saying congrats.
Thank you, Albert.
Thank you much. We appreciate that. We got hey Ryan
with a character in the description. His character looking really impressed, saying, "Wow,
whoa." He cuts my hair.
Whoa!
Yeah. Kentucky Wild Cuts, if you're in Lexington, go get your wig split there. It's the best place to do it. Split. Yeah, it's the best.
He does always come back saying what a nice time he had getting his hair cut. It's true.
Yeah. It's a whole experience, like the haircut, the conversation.
I carve out 15 minutes every time Chad comes back from getting his hair cut to tell me the story about his getting his hair cut. Yes.
Appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that.
Craig says, thanks for helping to make my bourbon journey so much fun, and of course, happy 5-year anniversary to both of you.
Boom.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. I haven't had a sip of this Booker's 30.
I did. I think this haircut is sponsored by Clifton.
Hey guys, you want to get your haircut? Go on down to Kentucky Wildcats. They're located in campus area of Lexington, Kentucky.
This haircut is...
And I'm the best person to show off haircuts.
If anyone cares,
I
get my haircut at Cha-Cha's Salon by Bailey.
Normally wearing a hat, but you can see underneath that everything is real nice.
Well, I love my hair salon too. And
Good.
They don't watch, but I tell her every time I go in, she asks. She's like, how's your channel going? She asks. Like, it's nice.
We'll give you a shout out.
She's so cute. I love her.
Greg saying thanks for helping to make my bourbon journey so much fun. And of course, happy 5-year anniversary to you both. Thank you. We appreciate that. Wow.
Anyone else? Any last questions?
This is great.
This is amazing.
This is amazing.
While we finish this Booker's 30th, I want to know, like, what is it that you guys are looking forward to? What do you want to see us do that we haven't done yet? And within the realm.
Jaeger bombs are off the table.
They are off the table. I'm not talking about tonight. I'm talking about in the future, though, also.
Malort? It's probably
no,
Malort.
Absolutely not. It's off the table. Off the table. I'm just saying, like, what type of content, within reason, don't get too... I don't want to hear OnlyFans, is what I don't want to hear.
Only drams.
Or, like, feet pics. I don't want to hear that.
Only drams.
Tell me what you guys want to see that we haven't done yet. Like, what type of content have we not tapped into that you guys want to see? Tell me more.
Michelle saying, now drinking Chad's new riff pick, and I think it's my favorite between the two.
Sweet
and spicy. And I'm going to add, just like him.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. Usually everyone always says, Sarah, I think they just do it to get my goat.
Yeah, right.
They're both really delicious.
They are good.
Yeah.
Nick says he wants to see a vintage blind. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh,
we got a Dad's Deli shout out right there.
That's know who I think could help us out with that vintage flight? It's Justice House of Bourbon. I think we could film an episode in their speakeasy.
Oh man.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yes.
I would love
synergy.
Because like think about it. I love vintage, like the Heaven Hills, stuff like that. Remember that cow that we had, the Ezra?
Yeah.
And then I obviously love vintage turkey, beam, like, I think we can make it work. Joseph says, I'd like to see another cooking video with the blood. You know what? I still have a scar on my finger.
Is it bad? Well, it ain't good, is what you said.
It isn't good. I still have a scar on my finger from the first Eat More Bourbon episode.
We now call that knife the Widowmaker.
We call it the Widowmaker. Yeah, I almost sliced the tip of my finger off during that episode. Yeah. It was bad.
I had to take over, and I had to do all
It's still sensitive sometimes. Like, when I bump it up against something, it hurts. So Chad had to take over. I actually think that we'll probably, instead of doing that content, because I want to make videos, yes, but I also want to make...
Yes, we do that.
I think when it comes to recipes, blogs are a little bit easier because it stays still with the... maybe we'll do a blog with a recipe video embedded in it, but I think we'll mainly focus the recipes as far as that goes in blogs instead of videos, but we will be doing more recipes.
I like it. Blake saying, congrats on your anniversary. I'm about to crack my 12-year Evan Williams 12-year. That's a lot of that's 24 years.
How many 101. Years is
it? I'm rearranging my collection while I watch. Cheers. But how many years is it, Blake?
We also need to do a rearranging.
I'm just ripping you. Thank you so much.
Tammy wants trail tips and such. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I have a what to do when you're visiting Lexington episode outlined right now. I just need to finish
Southern cuisine.
I just need to finish the blog. Damn, when will I find the time?
Cliffy.
Bourbon
Bytes saying, great celebrating with you guys tonight. Totally forgot to mention you guys helped me ring in 2021.
That's right.
Last year. That's right. Yeah.
That was
one of my favorite New Year's Eves ever. Yes.
That was a good one. That was, it felt like a party, even though we couldn't go anywhere. Thanks for inviting us.
And Todd Cooper is echoing that. He would love to see some travel tips around the Bourbon Trail, restaurants and hotels off the beaten trail.
We got you. We want to do it. Yes.
Some idiot saying Jägermeister a lot. That's weird.
I think that's off the. I think we have. That's in the learning phase of the channel.
Oh yeah.
And we've learned that it makes us want to die. Yeah. So we're not going to do that anymore. Patricia says, we meet Sarah. Oh, met. Oh, I remember you. We met Sarah at Bourbon on Rye. Are there any other bars that have a good flight selection that we should try when we go down to Lexington in a week?
Oh.
I remember meeting them.
Okay.
My friends were like, does that happen to you often? And I was like...
He's like, yes, all the time.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, well, we are in a bourbon bar, so if it was going to happen anywhere, it would be here.
True.
Let's see. Where do we like to go?
Freaking good. Whiskey Nose.
Wait, we got to answer the question.
Oh, okay. After this. Congrats. You have inspired me to start Whiskey Nose on YouTube. Go check them out. Love you guys.
Go do it.
Shout out right there. Go check them out. Give them a sub.
We used to love Bluegrass Tavern. And they definitely have good selection. Their prices have gone up. I think, just from last year, they've had some staff turnover. It's not what it used to be. It's still a great spot. They have great pours. As far as flights go,
OBC is still a great place though.
I mean, I like Bell's, but between the hours of maybe 6 p.m. and 10 p.m.
Yes.
After 10 p.m.
I would also say go to Justin's because they have a
Justin's tasting bar.
They have a tasting bar.
Yes. Absolutely.
Because then you can have some normal, regular stuff, or you can get crazy vintage stuff.
Yes, go to Justin's. Actually, erase everything I said. Just go to Justin's. Other than that, I mean, there's lots of great restaurants around town. Merrick Inn is a sleeper. They've got great food, and they have flights, and they have a vintage selection. So
she said, "Met, LOL, too much sipping."
It's okay. I knew what you meant.
And then we got Whiskey Crusaders saying congrats on 5 years.
And we want to have you on next time.
Yeah. That was one of the channels that just we weren't able to.
If we were going to go until 1 a.m., they would be on.
Yeah. And we are.
No, we're not.
No, we're not.
No, we're
not. Yeah. So this is really awesome. This exceeded any expectation that I had of the evening. We're definitely going to do this again with more channels. And with you guys, we just can't thank you enough for all those super chats and helping us celebrate It's been a long time coming for 5 years, and we're just trying to, do you guys justice by giving you a nice celebration and just doing our part to
it's all for you.
Try to get the words out to say thank you. I mean, we really, really do appreciate it.
We do.
And Scott coming back with Cracked Open My 4-gate pick. Yeah.
For my birthday, which also lands on July 11th, which was a week ago. So happy belated birthday, Scott.
That was our channel
That's anniversary. Our channel anniversary, technically.
Wow.
Yeah. He said that pick blows Parker's Heritage Heavy chart out of the water. Scott.
Kevin. Whoa. Whoa.
Those are words.
Them words.
That's
dang.
That's a lot.
I mean, it is super, super good.
It is very good.
Super love it.
I think it's like apples and oranges. They're both very good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could get on board with that.
You're looking at a Heaven Hill barely legal 51% rye versus, a 95.5.
He said I said what I said. Well, hey, I'm not going to argue with you about it.
God love you.
It's a good.
I said what I said.
I mean, we love it. Obviously, we picked it, but wow, what a testimonial.
Mm-hmm.
There are still some out there on Sealbox website, by the way. If you're
I think there are a few bottles left.
If you're interested and you want a bottle to celebrate a birthday, an anniversary, our anniversary. No, I'm just kidding. But whatever. They're still out there on Sealbox.
Yeah.
I guess that'll do it for us. We better wrap it on up.
I know.
We are at 10:06. We are 2 hours.
We will go to midnight.
We will, and we can't. I can't. My liver can't. It says it's tapping out.
Yeah. I mean, tomorrow's a work day.
It is a work day.
Last super chat of the evening, Hans.
It says, happy 5-year anniversary, and thank you for all the effort and energy you put into every episode. Cheers.
Our pleasure.
We are very happy to do it.
Yeah.
It just gives us a reason to connect with you all. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's all about for us. So
for sure.
I feel very humbled by all the kind words and just I feel loved.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah. We appreciate you guys.
A lot of really kind words tonight that we super appreciate.
It means a lot to us.
And kind of have that sometimes that a little bit of imposter syndrome where it's
little bit.
Do we deserve
this? Are we good enough to have all this and to do all this? But honestly, on the days where we get up and work from 8 and then we continue working until 10 p.m., we're not doing it for us. I mean, we're not doing it for you because we feel like we have to. We're doing it for you because we want to, and we want to make all the great things happen. And honestly, we're always striving for more. And we never finish our to-do list, but we'll always keep making them bigger than we can do. I saw it. Whisper Eve gets a triangle for that.
Yeah, you do.
Happy 5th anniversary. Late congrats on 75. Wait, on 75K and future 80K, and a very late birthday wish for Chad. Just sending y'all
Mystery Horn
Just sending y'all from your Mystery Horn Guy. I love you both. Thanks. Mystery Horn Guy. The hunk. We haven't honked in a while. Thank you. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
That's a good note to end on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
I feel like we need to peace out before anyone feels like they're going to try to do something crazy. So
love you.
Woo.
Mean it.
Wow. Okay.
We want to bring you more good stuff. We're going to do it. We're going to work. We'll work very hard every day because it's what we love to do.
Yes. Wow. Okay.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you guys so much. We will see you Friday for that special produced episode. Sunday again for another live. Thank you so much for 5 years. I think the only way we can sum it up is by saying, drink more bourbon.
Drink more bourbon. All right.